Right, welcome. Pardon for the slight delay. Had to wait for my coffee to get here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button on the way in, man. We got plenty of things we got to get into. I will drop the link for some of y'all. The further we get into some things, a few things I want to present. It looks like a full-on smear campaign versus Caitlin Clark is being launched, y'all. We just got to keep it real about that. It looks like there's a real smear campaign that has taken place. And we got to get into it, man. It looked like Caitlin Clark, you look like a hostage in that interview. Caitlin Clark looked like a hostage in that interview, man. I ain't like it. I didn't like it, man. This is getting real crazy. I don't even like how she addressing the media at this point. It's so much to get into. Shout out to Tina. You know we love you over here, Tina. Shout out to Tina. Shout out to Kelly in the chat. The Samoan. Shout out to Luis. Shout out to Midwest Bucket. Shout out to everybody. Please hit the like button and share the stream, man. Let's have a ball, man. We got plenty of things, as I said, that we have to get into. Now, it looks like, in my opinion, it looked like the Indiana Fever sent Lexi Hall out there to do some damn damage control. Do y'all think the Indiana Fever sent Lexi Hall to do damage control? That's what it looked like to me. That looked like a straight up, we got to send somebody that Caitlin is close with to get these people off of our backs. That's what it looked like to me. I got to keep it real. I got to keep it all the way real. Shout out to Ada Bellamy. I appreciate you for the donation. Much love. I appreciate you. Lexi Hall doing damage control. We have Amber Cox blocking media online, blocking Caitlin Clark fans. Shannon Sharp. I love Unc and Ocho. Joe Johnson, the whole nightcap. Shannon Sharp, you done bumped your head and lost your mind, my man. You done bumped your head and lost your mind. It looks like there's a real smear campaign going on. Shout out to Evelyn on Twitter. I got something from her that I want to showcase to y'all as well. But this thing is getting crazy real fast. We're going to start with what Lexi Hall had to say. Let's start there, y'all. Like we got to walk them down. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to everybody. Didn't you see what Caitlin and the coach said? I didn't even play what. I'm going to watch what Stephanie White said for the first time with y'all live. I have not watched. I saw what Caitlin said. I have not seen what Stephanie White has said. I'm going to start with Lexi. Let's start with Lexi.
White, we've got Twitter just going out. Everybody's losing their mind. You were there. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just there's frustration. I think we noticed they were trying to pick on Caitlin a little bit on defensive end. She was getting called for some fouls that, you know, fouls aren't fun. She got in some foul trouble. Our team got into some foul trouble, and that's just all it was. I think that's part of the game. There's frustrations that rise, and decisions have to be made. And ultimately, like, this wasn't something that carried on. This is in the moment, something that happened, and not something that is talked about now in our locker room, talked about even later on in the game. That's just something that happened. And unfortunately, Caitlin's got a camera on her 24/7. And so you see every little thing, but this happens almost every day in women's basketball. So not something that we're worried about at all.
Lexi, I'm not buying that. Lexi. I think the Indiana Fever sent you up there to say this. We watched the disrespect from Stephanie White. We watched it, bro. You cannot tell me, oh, yeah, we just went on like everything's copacetic and don't matter. I'm not buying it. Are y'all buying it in the chat? I'm not buying what Lexi is selling me, bro. I'm sorry. I do not believe she went off. She threw the clipboard. We've already watched this bubble with Brand January on the bench. You had the other coach grabbing her up when she was hyping up the damn crowd. We've watched this thing from beginning to end, Lexi. And I know, let's be real, Lexi, they threw you to the back burner when they first got here. They put Dewana, the scammer, Bonner in the starting lineup and gave your starting job away, one that you earned the prior year during Caitlin Clark's rookie season. You earned that starting job. They threw your ass to the back burner. Then they put Sophie Cunningham in front of you last season. Then this year they put Sophie Cunningham in front of you again. Yeah, you was coming back from an injury, but still, maybe you saying this so you could keep your starting job. I don't know. I feel like you was sent up there to do a job, and that's just how I feel.
Like you mentioned, camera is always on Caitlyn. No matter what she says or what she does, it's going to make headlines. And I'm sure that rubs off on you and the rest of the team, knowing that when there's a camera on her, there's also a camera on you. How does she and how do you and how does the entire team kind of respond to that?
Honestly, it's just continuing to show up and do what you do regardless. Like, there's going to be a microscope. There was a microscope the moment she declared for the draft. There's a microscope on her in college too. But I think for us, it's continuing to just show up and do our job every single day. And like, we're not hiding anything. So there's
Oh, no. When somebody say they're not hiding something, usually they fucking hiding something. They usually hiding something, bro. Let's keep it real. When somebody be like, bro, trust me, that's not what happened. That's usually what happened. Don't tell me you not hiding something. Don't hit me with the, I'm going to keep it real. Don't hit me with the, trust me on this one. Nah. When or they be like, I ain't even gonna lie. When somebody say, I ain't even gonna lie, they usually lie right after that. I'm be honest, bro. Hey, Jules, you know you know the environments we from. A dude walk up to you, ask him about something, he be like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Da-da-da. He usually lying right after that. Stop it. I think Lexi all sent up here to do a damn job, bro.
nothing that we need to be worried about having a camera on us. It's just that extra attention. And that's something that, as the WNBA, something that we've asked for years and years and years, is more attention, more media attention. And now that we're here, that's part of it. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And I think more than anything, we're just excited to continue to highlight all those good moments that we have as a team, as individuals, and continue to grow the sport more and more.
You know, Lexi, that attention brings opinion, and everybody seems to have an opinion. Slow start for you guys compared to some of the expectation, which has people yelling about Coach White. So what is the relationship with Coach White with this team? How is that relationship?
We have, a great relationship. I think all of us, we know this is a long season. It's hard to win in the WNBA. But ultimately it's early. And I think for us, we fully believe in each other. We fully believe in our coaching staff. And so it's just continuing to show up, put in the work. A handful of our games were less than 5 points of winning or losing. So
what? So what if y'all games was less than 5 points winning? Y'all got 4 L's right now. We 8 games into the season and y'all got 4 L's. I feel like y'all trying to cover up for Stephanie. I feel like y'all being forced to do this to save y'all own asses at this point. I feel like it's a bunch of BS going on. This is a Major Sports Network said, what a poop show. This is definitely a poop show. I don't know what the Indiana Fever think they doing. Y'all keep sending everybody out to do damage control for y'all. I'm not buying any of it for 1 second. We are not blind. We have eyes. We see what's going on. I feel like y'all protecting this agenda that's going on with the Indiana Fever. We are watching them sabotage Caitlin Clark right before our eyes. And now it's a whole smear campaign that's been launched. This smear campaign has been kicked off for about a week now. This smear campaign has been launched, and everybody is coming full force. And I don't feel like Lexi Hall. Lexi, you shouldn't have accepted this. Nah. You need to make them start cleaning up their own mess. Where the hell is Amber Cox? Where the hell is Kelly Crosskoff at? Don't she need to answer some damn questions? They keep telling us, oh, talk to the medical team. There ain't nobody from the medical staff we can hear from. Bro, this is sabotage, bro. You can't convince me of nothing else.
we're not hanging our hats on what our record says, but we know we can play better. We know we can win more games. And I think that at the end of the year, we're building chemistry now. We're going through trials and tribulations together. And that's not just our team, but that's us and our coaching staff and our organization. And so we just know by the end of the season that we'll be exactly where we want to be.
I don't know about that. Hey, Lisa E said, I can't watch you anymore. You do clip like some of your videos. Hey, Lisa E, you can step. Matter of fact, I'll remove you myself. You ain't got to be here. I'll be all right. Lisa E, goodbye. Lisa E has been removed. You don't got to be here. We all good. Anywho, shout out to Dewana Bonner Official. Major Sports Network said Fever have no credibility whatsoever. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%. I want to take a look at what Caitlin Clark had to say. This situation is messy. This situation with the Indiana Fever is a clown show.
Competitive. Two people that really want to win. And, I think a lot of those things happen all the time, and I know there's a camera on me, and that's how it's going to be. But there's a lot of people out there in the media or on TV that they think they know a lot of things, and they're just blatantly wrong about a lot of things. And
Caitlin, blink twice if you are not safe. Blink twice. We got your back. Look, we got your back. You already see how we rolling. You see how we rolling. Blink twice, and we'll set it off.
Ride for Steph. I ride for these girls. Steph has my back more than anybody. So, nobody in that locker room, in our locker room, or Steph or our coaching staff thought twice about it. It's just another example of what everybody, all of you, want to blow up and make something that is just lost and not in reality.
Now, how would you describe your
Well, why was you and Aaliyah Boston whispering after that whole debacle happened? What was y'all whispering about? I feel like you look like a hostage in this video. I want them to pan the camera to the left and pan the camera to the right. Let's make sure it's not a bunch of armed people that are holding you as a hostage to make sure that you answer this thing the way they want you to answer it. I feel like this is a hostage video, man.
It's great. Like, there's nobody, like, when I got hurt at the Connecticut game last year, like, I bawled in Steph's arms. Like, that's somebody I will ride for the rest of my life. Like, those are the moments that people behind, people don't see that. People that just sit on their phones all day, they don't see those moments. They don't see the moments where we come into work. They don't see the moments that really absolutely suck, that people have your back, but they think they know everything. In reality, they don't have a clue. And it's old, but it's the reality in the life that I've lived for the past 5 years, and it's something I'm used to, but me and Steph both know what it is, and that's somebody who I will always ride for. She has.
All right, well, since she riding for you, why does she keep taking you out in the first 2.5, 3 minutes of the game? Why she keep taking you out in the first 3 minutes? I want you to talk about that. Are you happy with the rotation? Do you want to be coming out at the 6-minute mark of every single game? Is this what you want to do? At some point, we need Caitlin to start speaking up for herself, man, because we see what's going on. I'm with Tina. We love CC. I'm not buying what she's selling. I'm not buying when they sent her out there to do damage control after the Portland Fire injury report debacle. I'm not buying it, bro.
Had my back when really nobody else did, so.
Sorry about that.
You're all good.
The fire that you have and the fire that Steph has, obviously, how does that make you better in moments where you want to, where you maybe need that extra push?
Yeah, I think she coaches me. Like, as bad as I want it, like, Steph wants it the same way for me, and she wants it the same way for this team. Like, she's been in this part of this organization as, a player, as a coach, and, now trying to hopefully get us to, win our second championship as an organization. Like, she wants this for these people. She grew up in this state. She knows what this state's all about and the way they support the Fever. Like, she wants it like just all of us do. And you have to remember, like, she was a player, and, like, coaches have the same competitive fire that players do. They just don't get to put on the jersey.
But oh my God, Caitlin, man, I feel like they got you in a sunken place. I feel like they got Caitlin Clark in a sunken place right now. What the hell are you talking about? What is going on? What is going on? Y'all are 4-4. You keep getting subbed out every 3 minutes. We all see it. You're pissed off. We see what's going on. We see what. Won't you say what's really going on, bro? I feel like you in a sunken place right now. I don't like this.
And at times, I'm sure that's really hard for them. Like, they want to be out there and maybe have the ball in their hands a little bit. I don't know that they're getting pretty old, so I don't know if her knees will keep up. But, I think that can be the hard thing for them at sometimes. But they want it just as bad as the players do. They're not there to, just stand there and tell us what play to run. Like, they're here, they have a competitive fire, they know what this organization's all about, and, they're trying to help us, have a championship mentality and win championships.
This roster is nowhere near a championship roster. 80% of the league was free agents, and this is what we ended up with. We got two people, and I love 1 Lexi, 2 Lexi, 3 Lexi, 4, 5. It'd be 6 Lexi Halls out there. I love me some Lexi Hall. Her and Monique Billings is $1.6 million. They combined for 0 points. They combined for 0 points. 2 starters. You can't tell me this roster is a championship roster. That's why I'm asking, where the hell is Amber Cox? Amber Cox, you got a lot of stuff to say online in case you missed it, in case you this. Nah, in case you missed free agency. It looks like you missed it. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not letting people off the hook. We gonna get into the smear campaign, but we're not letting people off the hook by trying to send people out to do damage control. Shout out to Colleen G. Sit on their phones all day. Never heard CC talk with such disrespect to fans. She sounds like another ghetto WNBA player. Bro, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. What we are watching, I feel like, shout out to Futuristic, I feel like we are watching a bunch of 40 and 50 plus year olds brainwash a young adult. Brainwashing them. We see it all the time in everyday life. We see it all the time. All the time. Jerry said they've deprogrammed was the word I was looking for. Yo, Jerry, you talking it, man. I'm gonna drop the link for some of y'all in a second. I got a few more things to get to, but we gonna stir the pot. We about to whip up a pot of something. We gonna be on them. We on them. Shout out to Baltimore Ravens, KTV. Can CC in that climate really speak out? The front office / coaching has gone end of season. CC fans need to keep pressure. We're the ones keeping them in line. That's a fact, Baltimore Ravens fan. That's a fact. That's a fact. We are the ones keeping them in line, holding people accountable. See, that's the thing with this league. This league is so used to people not caring, not really having no real interest. They're not used to being held accountable. That's the thing. So all of this is new to them. They are bombarded. They are blindsided by the fact that people online and fans in general are now holding them accountable because there's a real vetted interest. They're not used to this at all. Shout out to William. Indiana fever, more like Stockholm syndrome. Shaking my look. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. It looked like y'all done went and got our girl Cheryl Miller too. Everybody's in on the smear campaign at this point. We got to go get an NBA coach that don't have nothing to do with this agenda and none of this sabotage going on. We need to go get somebody from outside that has not been diluted with the agenda yet.
For you to have a moment like that, play out so publicly and everybody to have an opinion on it.
It's my life. Yeah.
Are you used to it anymore?
Used to it, yeah.
What even led to it? Just the blow up. Not blow up, but like.
I think we were down 20 points, so probably that.
And then for you,
and it wasn't a blow up, so I wouldn't put that either.
Yeah. Sorry for framing.
It's all good.
Well, when you
heads up.
Have those moments where you have the passion, you talk about that, and you and Steph talked about this before.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all got it lit. Hey, the chat is lit right now. Hey, look, W's in the chat for y'all in the chat. The W's is for y'all. I'm gonna put a W in the chat for y'all, man, because y'all doing the damn thing in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Y'all doing y'all thing.
But is there any line that you see within yourself where you're like, maybe I've gone too far, maybe I haven't? How do you?
Absolutely. Like, I'm not perfect, and I know I'm not perfect. And I go back and watch every game, and it's been the same way since college. Like, I know there's immense amount of pressure, and sometimes that pressure can get to you and, frustrate you in different ways, and certainly can get to you when you're down 15 points. And, that's on me. I have to be a lot better as well, too. And a lot of different scenarios. I'm not speaking to any sort of scenario that has happened in the last couple of games, but, I want to win. This team wants to win. And I'm the point guard, so it's on me to help this team and this franchise win, and I certainly know that. And, I take that on my shoulders, and I critique myself more than anybody, and I have to be better. Right now we're playing like a 500 team that we are, and, I have to look myself in the mirror and find ways that I can make this team better, how I can get better individually, and, more than anything, that's going to make us better collectively.
We know you want to win. How are you going to make the team better when you come out of the game every 3 minutes? That's the answer. That's the why is man? Let KTV in here to ask some damn questions since y'all want to ask them. Hey, do you want to be coming out the game with 6:30 left in the first quarter? Do you want to be coming out? Do you want Ty Harris subbed back in the game in the first quarter before you play? Hey, Caitlin, you've been playing basketball your whole life. Have you ever seen 11 players get in one first quarter? Have you ever seen that? Somebody ask some real damn questions in here, man. Y'all playing games, man. Y'all playing games right now.
As a group.
guys have given up 103 times this season. Where does the defensive improvement start for you guys?
You know, I mean, I think it's just a toughness and a will to play defense. And, you know, we've tried to simplify because we've really slacked in a lot of areas and a lot of the ways that coaches have wanted us to guard. And that's on us players. We have to rise to the occasion and find ways to get stops and, you know, have a sense of pride in it and a sense of urgency in the things that we're trying to do. And I think also, like, collectively, like, working as one on the court. You know, we're 5 individuals, but you need to have each other's back. You know, one person gets beat, it's next person rotating, next person rotating.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like when you keep saying, oh, we're simplifying things on defense. First of all, y'all professionals. Like, what do you mean we got to simplify things? Y'all not slow. Y'all are professionals. Professionals. Simplifying things y'all, this is so idiotic, by the way. Stephanie White's version of simplifying things on the defensive end is, no matter if you get hit with the screen, we switch no matter what. 1 through 5, we'll switch a point guard onto a center. We'll switch a center onto a shooting guard. We're just switching. That's already bad enough itself. Then after that, you mean to tell me there's no help defense? I'm glad Caitlin came out and said, hey, we need to start helping on defense. We have to help each other. I'm glad you finally said that, because it looks like y'all was just switching and playing one-on-one like you was at the YMCA with no teammates. What is going on? What is this? Shout out to Pam. She's trying to out the fire. They demand she scold her fans. The old guard is pressuring her to try to clean this mess up. Pam, we know this is 100% clean up on aisle 9. Clean up on aisle 9. We need someone to clean up on aisle 9. We know this is a cleanup job. Lexi Hall doing that Yahoo Sports interview. It was a cleanup job, man. We know what's going on. Shout out to Pam. Shout out to Connie. You do a great job. Plus, not vulgar, just factual. I appreciate you, Connie. Much love. Much love. Shout out to Bad Phil. Hey, Bad Phil, I'm going to drop the link. Make sure you join me. I know you're going to have a bunch of takes. Love to hear what you have to say about all of this. I will drop the link soon for all of you guys. Just a few more things to get through. We're going to go on to what Stephanie Bonehead White had to say. I mean, this is, bro, this... Talk about malpractice. Answer this for me, chat. Do y'all believe this is malpractice or more sabotage? I believe it's more sabotage. I don't believe there's anybody who could get a professional job as a coach and showcase this much malpractice. This has to be intentional, guys. There's no way this can just be malpractice of people that don't know what they're doing. It's not. I don't believe that it's possible to be this idiotic coaching. Like, it's sabotage, man. Stephanie Bonehead White, let's take a listen.
Our relationship with Caitlin is great. Like, I love Caitlin. I ride with her. Like, this is, we have a great relationship. And I think that the narrative of
Wait a minute. See, I can't even let her talk for 10 seconds without her irritating me. Your relationship with Caitlin is great. You love Caitlin. You ride with her. We know you ride with Caitlin. You roll with her to the Olympics that you never been to. You roll with her to the damn Indy 500 you never been to. You ride with her to anything she gets access to. But you don't ride with her when it comes time to building a system around her offensively and covering her on defense. You don't ride with her when it comes to you subbing her out every 3 minutes. You don't ride with her in that capacity. See, and this is the thing about friendships and life in general. And we all learn this the more we age. And Caitlin will learn this as she gets a little bit older too. Some people ride with you depending on what you could do for them in that moment. Some people ride with you because you get access to certain events and nightlife and all types of cool things that they can't get access to without you. That don't mean they're your real friend. That don't mean they really ride with you. That don't mean that. That means you are able to provide something for me in the moment that I can't get without you. So yeah, I'm rocking. But when it comes to the real stuff, and in this case, that being the games, Stephanie White ain't riding. She's sitting your ass on the bench every 3 minutes. This is crazy.
people trying to make it something that it's not is just, taking sensationalism to try to get some clicks and all the other stuff. She wants to be coached. I want her to help.
Is Stephanie White taking a shot at us YouTubers? Is Stephanie White taking a shot at us? You taking a shot at us, Stephanie White? You got a problem with KTV? You got a problem with Ben Daniels? You got a problem with Black and White Sports? You got a problem with Angry Fan Sports? You taking shots at us? Good, because we ain't going nowhere.
Help me be a better coach. We're both competitive. We're both stubborn. We're more alike than different. And hopefully we continue to bring the best out of each other.
We're both stubborn, and that's the problem. That's your problem, Stephanie White. Your ass is too stubborn to realize when your stuff is not working. You're so stubborn. You got on camera and said in the post game, well, Aaliyah Boston is still on a minutes restriction, and the 6:30 mark, that's usually when we take Caitlin out. Well, don't be stubborn. Adjust. Keep Caitlin in longer. How about you sub Kelsey Mitchell out at the 6:30 mark and leave Caitlin in? You're too stubborn to do what's right for Caitlin Clark and to do what's right for the team. You want to win, but it has to be done your way, the old guard way, and that ain't going to work. Your way has this team sitting at 4-4. 4-4 with 3 all-star. You had 2 MVP. Kelsey Mitchell was an MVP candidate last year. Caitlin Clark was an MVP candidate in her rookie year. We believe Aaliyah Boston is the best center in the league, and we sitting at 4-4 because your ass is stubborn. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. Take a look at this here, because Donna Robinson says something that I've been saying from year one with Stephanie White. Stephanie White places the blame and the heat at everybody else's feet. She never takes accountability. She never looks in the mirror with herself or her coaching staff. Donna Robinson said, you see how Caitlin Clark took responsibility for her part in the Fever's record, but White will not take any accountability on herself. Donna Robinson, you're straight on. You hit the nail on the head, Donna. This lady never takes responsibility for anything that goes south. Anything that goes south. She's too stubborn to get out of her own way.
You've been at this for about 10 years as a head coach. What have you learned about player-coach tension? And does any of it change or not change because of the spotlight that's on you, the Fever, and Caitlin?
Yeah, I mean, this is not new. It's not a new thing. It's just new because everything that she does gets clicks. That's how everybody makes money, right? That's how everybody makes money. So it's not a new thing. When there was player confrontation / tension / coaching, 10 years ago when I was doing this, or 15 years ago when I was, however long it wasn't on social media. Like, that was just getting started, right?
Yeah, and you're used to getting away with BS because nobody cared. Because nobody cared. And I'm going to get back to what Stephanie White had to say. Peep this, because you're so stubborn and you think you know it all. Well, how come this happened? Remember, Stephanie White was with the Connecticut Sun. Look at this. Suns fans were celebrating when Stephanie White packed up her leather jackets and left. Fever fans said we were hating. There's a reason why Alyssa Thomas snatched the damn clipboard during important games. Alyssa Thomas would take the clipboard out of Stephanie White's hands during games. But nobody gave a damn about the Connecticut Sun, so nobody talked about it. That is what this lady is used to. That's what the old guard WNBA is used to, guys. They are used to none of their faults being called into question or being held accountable. So now that there are people out here on the internet that's holding them accountable, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle it at all, guys. They don't know how to handle it at all. This is a whole new world for them. This is a whole new world. Alyssa Thomas was taking a clipboard out of your hand during important games with the Connecticut Sun. It looked like that's what Caitlin Clark need to be doing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Shout out to Skywalker. CeCe and Aaliyah Boston need to get out of Indiana because the coaches against her and holding her back. I agree 1,000%. Caitlin Clark needs to find her way to Sandy or to a team that's bringing in a new NBA coach that don't have nothing to do with nothing with this league as of right now.
Right? It happens in every sport. It happens in every... In all walks of life, so this is not anything that's new, and it's not a story.
You saying you and Caitlin are more similar than different. How do you kind of bring out the best in each other then, because of that competitive fire, that drive, and ultimately the things that are better than not?
I think stretching each other, like challenging each other to think differently, challenging each other to see things differently. Holding each other accountable to not just settling for what we've always been. I think we both have an intense competitive drive. I think we both have an intense desire to be the best that we can be. And we're both emotional. We're both emotional players. We're both emotional competitors. And, I think that all of that channeled in a positive way is really good.
Yo, I cannot stomach even listening to this lady, man. This lady needs to pack it up. We got to find a way. We got to find a way to get her out of here, bro. This is not going to work. Oh, by the way, guys, I will be live with Angry Fan Sports and Venom Reacts tomorrow. So make sure you guys pull up 7 o'clock Eastern time. I will be live with Venom Reacts and Angry Fan Sports. So make sure y'all pull up for that tomorrow. Stephanie White's a bonehead, bro. This lady don't know what she doing, man. I think this lady is just sabotaging, and I think it's ridiculous what's going on with Stephanie White. Now, we got to get to what Shannon Sharpe and them had to say on Nightcap about Caitlin Clark. I haven't even watched this in full yet. I hadn't saw what Stephanie White said. I have not seen exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to say. People are saying he went in. We got to take a listen. Look, the smear campaign is underway. Y'all see this, right? Y'all see this smear campaign. We already saw what Angel McCoughtry and all them was doing. We saw what they done got Cheryl Miller and Sue Bird to do. We always knew Sue Bird was a secret hater. Like, Caitlin just can't see it for whatever reason. She was always a part of it. The smear campaign is full on. They're coming in hot. They are coming in hot with this smear campaign, guys. I'm telling you right now.
Outside of that, I ain't
try to shoot that. You can't be demonstrative, Ocho.
What you mean, as a coach or as a player?
Hold on. Cheryl Miller on NBC Today said, right now it's frustration, and unfortunately it's boiling over, and it's being seen. It's one thing to have it behind closed doors, but when it spills over, when the coach has to say basically, hey, you know what, Caitlin? Enough is enough. This is too disruptive. In or out, take a seat.
Hey, listen. I respect coaches like that, bro. When you can challenge your best player and your best player responds, I ain't talking about it in a way to where it seems like they got an attitude and they don't want to do it. But, you know, maybe you're right. Let me lock in. You know what I mean? Like, the back and forth is not a bad thing to me, fellas. You know, it happens from time to time. When you policing players, this is what comes with it. And if you can't police your best player, bro, then it's always going to be a problem.
But the problem is, Joe, this is not isolated. It's every night. She doesn't play defense. And she got some. Why are you trying to drop a play offensively? Guard your man defensively. Bro, look, y'all know me. I've been on Caitlin and been in Caitlin Clark's corner. But enough is enough now. I'm tired of her behavior. I'm tired of the shoving. I'm tired of the elitists. I'm tired of the entitlement. Enough is enough.
What do you mean the entitlement? All she's done is help everybody else while getting screwed over by her own organization. What the hell are you talking about? What is you talking about, Unc? I love you, Unc. You tripping. You tripping. You sipping too much gin and juice over there? What the hell is you talking about? All she did was help all these chicks get paid. She helped everybody get paid. She went and spoke out for the black players. She did all types of stuff, and all she gets is her back kicked in. The coach is subbing her out every 3 minutes. It's a whole smear campaign going on, and you jumping in on it, dog? Come on, man. What you talking about? Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is wild work.
Play basketball. Yeah. She's not holding up her end. And I love Stephanie White for this. It was a very similar situation where LeBron was trying to draw up something when Ty Lue first got the job. And Ty Lue said, I got this.
Right. Gotta let him know who in charge.
She don't got it. That's the problem. She don't got it. We had the best offense in the league before this lady got here. She gets here and the offense is falling off a cliff. What are you talking about? She don't got nothing. We are talking. These people are speaking about Stephanie White as if she is a coach who has won a bunch of championships in this league. This ain't Cheryl Reeve. This ain't Sandy Brondillo. This is not a lady who has won anything in this league. She is clinging on to being an assistant coach on a championship team. Name me Steve Kerr's assistant coaches for the damn Warriors dynasty when Steph Curry, Draymond, and Klay was winning championships, and then Kevin Durant came along and won championships. Name me the damn assistant coaches. You can't. You know why? Because it don't matter. Who's the head person in charge for these championships? Stephanie White ain't won nothing as a head coach in the league. What are we talking about? We talking about her like she is some proven championship coach in the WNBA, and that is not the truth. That's not the truth. Why is she given all of this merit? She stunk it up at Vanderbilt. Players leaving left and right, all types of stuff. She stunk it up. And we're acting like she has some merit. She done won 3, 4, 5 WNBA championships. What are you talking about? What is Yo, these people are nuts, bro. This is nuts.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little passion. Where is that passion on defense? Y'all say she got passion. Where is the passion on defense? Because guess what everybody doing? What they doing, Joe? Attacking her.
Yep.
The same thing they do with all scorers when you don't play. Luka, the best scorer in the NBA. Tell me where they go.
But you don't talk about Luka like that. You don't talk. Y'all don't trash Luka like that. And it's the coach's job. Bro, they're not playing help defense. We are watching beyond Caitlin Clark. We watched Veronica Burton take 9 dribbles versus Monique Billings, a power forward. She got 9 dribbles with no help. This ain't even a Caitlin Clark. This is the whole team. There's no help. It's bad. It's bad coaching, Shannon. What are you? Oh, my God.
That's how you offset it. Make their ass work on defense.
Joe,
you think you think you finna just come down?
Go ahead.
Huh? You think you finna just come down, average 25, 30 points a night, and ain't gonna have no pushback on defense? We finna make your ass guard. What?
We gonna make you work, man.
We gonna seek you out every time.
I love the fact that, Joe, that you're on here and you get it. What a lot of times I don't think people get, and people are like, oh, I love passion. If your coach can't coach you, you might as well just go ahead and get them up out of there.
If your coach can't coach, Shannon, did you see this? Shannon, Alyssa Thomas, who was an MVP candidate, all WNBA player, all of that. Alyssa Thomas had to snatch the clipboard out of Stephanie White's hands during important games. Was you talking about Alyssa Thomas like this? No, this is a smear campaign, people. This is a smear campaign, bro. This is a smear campaign. How come you didn't talk about when Alyssa Thomas was snatching the damn clipboard out of Stephanie White's hands? Because she knew Stephanie White couldn't get it done. How about when the Indiana Fever had to go play Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, and the Phoenix Mercury, and they said, we knew everything Stephanie White was going to do before the game. We knew everything the Indiana Fever were doing. Stephanie White ran the same exact stuff that she ran while we was with her in Connecticut. Nothing changed. Is that good coaching? Is that good coaching? Shannon, come on. Come on, man. I can't believe Unc is contributing to this, man. This is wild. This is wild. Shout out to JF. How come no one is talking about Kelsey Mitchell getting blocked 10 times in a row? Shorty can't make it against bigs and get shot over on defense, but CeCe gets the axe. Shaking my... That's a fact. Nobody's talking about the facts that Kelsey Mitchell don't pass the damn ball. Nobody talked about her damn hook shot layup that got stuck on the top of the shot clock. She had a layup that got stuck on the top of the shot clock, fam. Nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about when she didn't get... Nobody's talking about when she committed fouls on jump shooters. She fouled a three-point shooter. Nobody's talking about when Kelsey Mitchell got her shot blocked, didn't get back and guard nobody on defense and gave up a 3. Nobody's talking about the game when we was about to take the lead versus Washington before it even went to overtime, how she smoked a wide open fast break layup. Nobody's talking about how she missed the free throws to get us the lead in the Washington Mystics game. Nobody's talking about how in the game versus the Valkyries, she committed an off-the-ball foul with 5 seconds left and gave them free throws. Nobody's talking about how she fouled the jump shooter immediately after that. Nobody's going to say none of this about Kelsey Mitchell. Nobody's going to say none of this. And Kelsey Mitchell played a whole goddamn game. She played a whole game. She don't get subbed out. Nobody says nothing. Caitlin Clark gets subbed out every 3 minutes. People going at Kelsey Mitchell on defense just like they going at Caitlin Clark. Nobody said nothing about it. This is a smear campaign. I know what's going on. I see it. I see it. Shout out to JF. Come on, man. This is all facts. This is all facts. No cap in my rap. This is all facts.
Yeah, you got
It won't be long because if your best player keeps disrespecting you, they're not going to respect you either.
Did Stephanie White show respect to Caitlin Clark when Caitlin Clark had good games and she refused to acknowledge her? Did she show respect? Did she show respect whenever Kelsey Mitchell did anything? She showed respect. I'm with you. I'm gonna play what Whitlock said about this smear campaign and about this sabotage that's going on. I'm gonna play that as well. Phil, you're spot on. The next game is against the Dream. It could be a nightmare. I believe it could be a nightmare as well. And then you got the Liberty after that. This team could be 4-6 after the first 10 games. 2 games under 500. Embarrassing. The whole front office should be fired. Matter of fact, how about this? Y'all stay, we'll pack our stuff and leave. How about that? Just trade Caitlin. How about that? And y'all won't, look, trade Caitlin. You won't have to worry about us talking about Stephanie White as a coach. You won't have to worry about us talking about what Amber Cox is doing in free agency, Kelly Crow. You won't have to worry about that because ain't nobody going to be checking for y'all. Y'all be playing in front of 5,000, 6,000 people and nobody will be watching y'all no more. How about that?
Right.
The only reason it worked in New England, Ocho, was why? Because Coach Belichick got the ultimate respect from Tom Brady. If your best player doesn't respect you, you might as well just go and get you another coach.
Absolutely right. I totally agree.
Every night is something. She's pushing somebody. She's subbing somebody. She's doing something. And I've given you the benefit of the doubt. And I understand you missed last year and you're trying to get your rhythm back. But enough now. Come on now. You too good of a player. But you can't just play one end of the court.
Right.
Okay.
This is so crazy, y'all. This is so crazy. This is so crazy, y'all. This is a smear campaign. This is a smear campaign. Nobody talked about how during the Warriors finals, when the Cleveland Cavaliers was going after Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving got him one-on-one and hit a sidestep 3 to close the series out. Nobody talked about Steph Curry's only playing one side. You know why people didn't get a chance to talk about Steph Curry's defense? He's become an adequate defender as he's gotten older. You know, I would say year 7, 8, that's when he became an adequate defender. Not a great one, but he could hold his own defensively. Those first 7 years, he couldn't guard nothing. Y'all remember when they played OKC, when they came back and won? Russell Westbrook was destroying him. They had to hide Steph Curry. Steve Kerr said, I'm not going to allow you to pick on Steph Curry. I'm not going to allow that. We're going to run a defense that does not force him to be in one-on-one situations versus Russell Westbrook, that doesn't force him to be in one-on-one situations versus Houston Harden, the James Harden that was averaging 36. You wasn't going to watch him get to go one-on-one versus Steph Curry because a good coach in Steph Curry said, we're not allowing you to go one-on-one versus him. We need him on the other end. Draymond Green said, I'm not allowing you to go at Steph Curry like that. I need him on offense. I'm going to make sure you don't get to go on him one-on-one. That's the difference from a good organization and a good coach versus this dog crap we watch night in and night out with the clown show Indiana Fever. That's the difference. That's the difference. And I can't believe, Shannon Sharp is completely buying into the sabotage that is going on. They have sold you on it. It's ridiculous. It's already enough that we had to deal with Monica McNutcases and all these other people. Now you're in on it. This is sad. It's coming from every way. It's coming from every way. And the only person that seems to see it is Jason Whitlock. Let's take a look at what he had to say about this.
Everybody's talking about it, but no one's really talking about what transpired. So I'm going to take you through the chronicles of Caitlin Clark. You've heard of the Chronicles of Narnia. 3 of her starting 5. Stephanie White and her defensive assistant, Brianne January, after watching Caitlin Clark the game before against Golden State, get put in a bunch of isolation situations, they let it happen again against the Portland Fire. And this expansion team, after their third game in 4 nights, the Indiana Fever have played like one game in 7, 8, 9 days. They're well rested. They had played 2 nights before, but they're well rested. Stephanie White and her defensive assistant, Brianne January, after watching Caitlin Clark the game before against Golden State, get put in a bunch of isolation situations, they let it happen again against the Portland Fire. And this expansion team, after the Indiana Fever, get this, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, and Monique Billings, they come out hot. They score 8 points, 8 of the first 10 points. They jump out to an 8-2 lead. Caitlin Clark has 3 assists. Caitlin Clark has a basket. Things are clicking. They're up 8-2. Portland comes back and goes up, cuts the lead to 8-4. And 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, Stephanie White subs out Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hull. 3 of her starting 5.
Coaching malpractice, actually sabotage. Sabotage, Whitlock. You know it.
And I'm like, what? What is going on here? Okay, Aaliyah Boston has some sort of health concerns, and they're trying to control her minutes, limit her minutes. But Caitlin Clark comes out and dishes 3 assists, gets a bucket. They're out 8-2. Things are clicking, and you're taking her to the bench along with Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston? Why? And you could see the mystery on Caitlin Clark's face as she went to the sideline. And the entire game changed from that point on. The next thing, no, not that clip. The entire thing changes immediately.
Yep.
They get up, they go on an 18-2 run or something crazy like that. And the next thing you know, Portland is blowing them out. And then Stephanie White tries to reinsert Caitlin Clark into the game.
And mind y'all, this is the same thing that happened in multiple other games, including the Washington Mystics game. Caitlin Clark was playing well early. We jump out to a lead. She takes her out within 4 minutes. All hell breaks loose the second she goes to the bench. Kelsey Mitchell starts stinking it up. You put Caitlin Clark back in. She didn't forget being cold. She never got a chance to really get warm. And the same thing happened. We've watched this happen game after game after game.
And they can never get it fixed because Caitlin Clark, they're putting her in ISO situations and they're switching everything. And I'm going to get into the strategy of it all. They're switching everything. And by the time you get to the second or third quarter, this game is over. The fire has left from the Indiana Fever, the energy, the emotion. And the next thing you know, Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White are arguing on the sideline, on the bench. This clip has gone viral everywhere. Caitlin Clark defends herself. Kelsey Mitchell starts yelling at her. It's Stephanie White pulls her out of the game and puts in Raven Johnson.
Yeah.
They've publicly humiliated Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White is hollering at Caitlin Clark about her defense, pulls her out of the game. This is the franchise player. You wonder why. And I keep making the point. Like, Caitlin Clark's got some mental issues here. And people hear that as horribly negative, and it's not. It's horribly sympathetic. We're talking about a young woman. Go look at the statistics on young women and anxiety issues. This Indiana Fever organization, for this coach and for this entire organization, you'd have mental health issues as well.
Hey, look, I ain't even on the team and they driving me nuts. My mentals is thrown off now. They driving me nuts, and I don't got to see them at work every day.
And so this thing, when I mentioned this last week, blogs and news outlets started picking it up, and Whitlock says Caitlin Clark has mental issues, and it's all being taken out of context. But because Caitlin Clark acknowledged it. I want to play the clip of Caitlin Clark talking about what's going on with her back and why she missed that game early in the season and how she has a mental hiccup as it relates to her health. Play the clip.
I don't think it necessarily started at a certain point. I think it's just been over the course of
Clark's head. She's second guessing herself physically, mentally, her jump shot, everything about herself, her lifestyle. She's been dropped into this WNBA fantasy world, LGBTQIA plus fantasy world. And they're scrambling her brain. They're trying to transition Caitlin Clark into their worldview. And they've done a good job, but this goes against her.
Hey, Tina, hold it down. Hold it down. We can't lose our mentals. We see how they trying to fry Caitlin Clark brain. We got to keep it together, Tina.
Factory God-given settings. They've scrambled the brain of Caitlin Clark. And is Caitlin Clark perfect? No. I've been very clear on that the entire time. Even when she was at Iowa, I was like, hey, all this yelling and screaming at the refs, cut it out. We saw her dad in the stands at a game yelling at her, hey, quit shouting at the ref. Caitlin Clark is not perfect. She's a young woman under a lot of pressure, under a spotlight, in a league that is completely hostile to her, dealing with a coach that just let her get embarrassed defensively 2 games in a row. And every one of Caitlin Clark's games are on national TV, and there's a constant conversation about Caitlin Clark. And I know many of you are like, oh, she just got to play better defense. Whitlock's just caping up and making excuses for Caitlin Clark. And that's when I say, no. You don't know what you're watching. You don't understand what's transpiring with Caitlin Clark.
Exactly.
Again, I'm obsessed with this. So I spent the weekend talking to basketball people, basketball coaches, and then I saw this Draymond Green video. Because everybody's talking, oh, Caitlin Clark's getting eaten up. And after the Golden State game, even I was like, hey, man, Caitlin Clark's got to play better defense. Yeah, she does. I think that was the Thursday game. She's got to play better defense. But then I went a step deeper and I was like, well, hold on, man. Not everybody is a great defender. And a lot of these great scorers are not great defenders. Why haven't I seen this happen to Steph Curry or other players?
Yeah, let's get into it.
It's because their teammates and the coaching scheme don't allow it.
Ain't that what now, mind you, I hadn't watched this. I just said this 10 minutes ago. I literally just said this. This is my first time watching this. I said this same exact thing 10 minutes ago. I remember watching Draymond Green tell Aaliyah Boston, you need to set real screens. I remember Draymond Green going on the Aaliyah Boston, Candace Parker podcast and tell her, you need to set real screens. You need to protect Caitlin Clark. I remember watching it. I hadn't seen what Whitlock said. I said this same thing live on stream to y'all 10 minutes ago. Come on, man.
Brianne January, alphabet soldier, married to some woman named Kyle or Kylie or something. Former Indiana Fever player, longtime Stephanie White friend. Stephanie White, alphabet soldier, married to Lisa Salters. They've cooked up a defensive scheme that does not work for Caitlin Clark. They switch everything.
Stupid.
It's a lazy, dumbed down form of defense that's popular in the NBA now. because these players are lazy and stupid, and they've realized, hey, man, I'm not even going to bench because most of these guys won't give the effort. And that's why you'll hear Charles Barkley on Inside the NBA saying, man, I wish they would have switched up on me like that. I wish they had switched everything the way the NBA does now, because we used to have a basketball where guys would compete and you didn't switch everything. But I'm going to let Draymond Green, he's not talking about Caitlin Clark. He's talking subliminally about Steph Curry and what the Golden State Warriors do and have done because they want to win championships. Let's play the Draymond Green clip.
Jalen Brunson living on an island with James Harden guarding. That's just not something you can let happen. This isn't just a coaching issue. When you're trying to compete at a championship level, you must have guys that want to take on that challenge. I'm not switching at this point in the game. Let them set the first screen, don't switch. Let them set the second screen, don't switch. Now, as opposed to Jalen Brunson getting to switch with 19 seconds on the shot clock, 17 seconds on the shot clock, now he gets to switch with 6 or 7 seconds on the shot clock. Now you got to go. Now our defense can react and we just end up in a rotation. But he's not just dicing us up. You got guys in there that don't really want that challenge. They don't want to fight through the screen and say, this is my matchup, I want to stop this guy. I don't understand it. Guys simply don't know how to win, don't want to do what it takes. I was baffled by this. I'm still baffled by it every night when I watch these guys accept switches and not really want to guard the guy. So everybody going to come out and say, oh, man, James Harden got annihilated. They're picking on him. They should pick on him. Why not? Absolutely pick on him. So all of a sudden, them threes that will fall late, they fall short. No matter how you want to slice it, it is not James Harden's job to guard Jalen Brunson one-on-one. It's not what he's paid to do. Some of those
Draymond, you might have to come on Keep the Vision, homie.
those other guys who's just switching off, it is your job.
Now,
is Draymond Green lying, y'all? Like, we're talking about somebody that plays with Steph Curry that will not allow Steph Curry to get picked on in one-on-one situations nonstop, with the coach and Steve Kerr, who would not allow that. You can't tell me that this is just because Caitlin Clark can't guard. You can't tell me that this has nothing to do with coaching. You can't tell me that. You can't. What are we talking about here?
I told you he's talking about Steph Curry because he's talking about Jalen Brunson. He's talking about James Harden. What he's doing is explaining to you, this is what we do at Golden State for Steph Curry. The guy that fills up the seats, the guy that drops all the logo threes, the guy that makes the offense go. Draymond Green says, hey, the guys on this team, we accept what Steph Curry's going to do on the offensive end, and we know what we have to do on the defensive end so Steph Curry can do what he does on the offensive end. And this used to be commonplace in basketball. And yeah, that's why I'm talking about what Charles Barkley, when he's on Inside the NBA, and for years, he's been saying, hey, man, ooh, boy, if they had switched up on me like this, oh, the numbers I would put up. If I could just get in a pick and roll situation or get a screen somewhere, and the next thing you know, Karl Malone is off me and John Stockton is on me, oh, I'm going to eat. Mm-hmm. This is a lazy, dumbed-down form of defense the Indiana Fever are playing that doesn't fit Caitlin Clark. And I hear many, he's just making excuses. Whitlock just loves Caitlin Clark. No, I know how you win championships with a player like Caitlin Clark. I know how you build a business off a player that drives ticket sales and interest the way Caitlin Clark does.
Exactly.
I looked at the NBA. I'm old enough to remember all the different things the Chicago Bulls and David Stern, the NBA, did. It's like, hey, we got Michael Jordan. If we have to fire a couple of coaches in Chicago to get it right for Michael Jordan, that's what we'll do. And if we have to implement rules that free up and quit the Detroit Pistons, stop the Detroit Pistons from beating up Michael Jordan, that's what we'll do. The Indiana Fever will not cooperate. The alphabet team, and I'm going to get into the entire alphabet team. This whole, the Caitlin Clark 6. And it starts at the very top of the organization and filters all the way down. It's all alphabet driven. They hate Caitlin Clark.
Bruh, they hate her. Bruh, we've been saying since before she stepped foot in this league, we saw WNBA player Diana Taurasi. Oh, reality's coming. Reality's coming. We saw players hating. We saw the hate for Caitlin Clark before she put on the Indiana Fever jersey for the first damn time. While she was still making her NCAA run, while in college, we watched WNBA players hating on her on the internet, on podcast. We had Cheryl Swoops hating before the girl played. We had Lexi Brown on Gil's Arena's podcast at the time, hating, being jealous. We saw the hate for Caitlin Clark before she ever even made it to this damn league. Come on, man. We saw it.
They've put her in a position to fail. They've set her up. Same thing they're doing to you. I'm talking about the white man and white woman here in America. Keep supporting this insanity. If you don't make your voice heard, like, hey, man, enough is enough. If you're not willing to defend Caitlin Clark, what are you willing to defend? I'm not arguing. Caitlin Clark is perfect. Caitlin Clark needs to control herself, even in the face of all this hostility. And I get why she's frustrated. And I get how stupid the Indiana Fever organization is. But she's got to control herself. And then if she does her part, leaves the referees alone, just plays the game of basketball, then we have to do our part. And say, hey, man, we're not doing this. Every woman that comes into the WNBA or plays basketball doesn't have to transition their personal lifestyle to compete in basketball at the highest level. This is a fundamental, basic Christian right. Your daughters don't have to be gay to play basketball.
Oh, shit.
If that's not a line in the sand, you know how many people I know they're like, man, I want my daughter to play volleyball. We're steering her away from basketball because they know they've given up. They know what basketball does to women. I guarantee LeBron James' daughter could be a hell of a basketball player. Him and his wife have said, nah, she ain't doing that because we know what that league's about. We know what that game is about. We're not putting our daughter through that. And so you cowards out there that just let your daughters run out of basketball, let this little white girl just get abused without saying a word. And I want to say this respectfully.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't ask these guys to pull this up, but Peyton, grab Dan Dockage has been tweeting things anti-Caitlin Clark. And it's really frustrated me.
Damn.
It's because Dan lives in the Indianapolis area. He's Indiana guy, played basketball for Bobby Knight, former college basketball coach. I don't get it. But we can work through that. We can get her in a better place as it relates to that. You got to see the overall big picture. And I know Dan, I don't know how old Dan's kids are, but again, he's a former college coach. He played for Bobby Knight. I get why Caitlin Clark's theatrics and antics on the court, Christy Sides, with pressure to transition to an alternative lifestyle.
Now, this is a tweet from Dan Dackage. It says, Clark has been in Indy 3 years. Year one, Christy Sides was not a good enough coach, fired. Now Stephanie White is not a good enough, soon fired. Only time Fever have been any good is with Clark out. Ain't the coach's fault. It's the freaking entitled diva at fault. That's what Dan Dackage had to say. Dan, you've lost your damn mind.
This is Dockage Clark has been in Indy 3 years. Year 1, Christy Sides was not a good enough coach. Fired. Now Steph White, not good enough. Soon fired. Only time Fever have been any good is with Clark out. Ain't the coach's fault. It's the freaking entitled diva at fault.
Now, that is a lie, Dan Dockage. Post-Olympic break, the Indiana Fever were the hottest team in the league. They averaged over 100 points in the league. They were the #1 offense in the league. Caitlin Clark was an MVP candidate, while Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were all-stars, and they made the playoffs for the first time since 2016. What the hell are you talking about? What do these people be talking about? It's a smear campaign, people. It's a damn smear campaign. And if you can't see it, then you're blind. If you can't see that this is a clear smear campaign that is taking place right in front of our eyes, then you don't have two working eyes, man. It's that simple. You don't have two working eyes if you can't see this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. People just going out spewing lies now. They've only been good without her. Well, she was an MVP candidate and took a team to the playoffs that hadn't made the playoffs in 8 years in her rookie season. How are they not a good team? They was one Dejanay 6-foot fingernail eye poke purposely away from eliminating the Connecticut Sun. What are you talking about? Shout out to Panther God. These clowns don't even watch Fever games. They flowing a script. I'm with you 100%. They not watching. They not watching. They're just saying what they being told to say at this point. Keep cooking, Whitlock.
Dan, I get it. And I've been frustrated with Caitlin Clark from time to time. But Dan, that's a ridiculous take. Put that back up there. I want to there was something that triggered me in this. Only time the Fever have been any good is with Clark out. Ain't the coach's fault. Dan, think this through, and I want the audience to think it through. Because they have a better record over the last 2 years with Clark out of the lineup. And they advanced in the playoffs last year with Clark out of the lineup. They won the NBA Cup or the WNBA Cup with Clark out of the alignment. You know who that indicts? If they are better without Caitlin Clark, that's why you fire Stephanie White and the entire organization. That is why. If the Chicago Bulls were better without Michael Jordan, then Phil Jackson and Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf, they all need to be run out.
Mm-hmm. And I've said from day one, and I said this the very first time I got invited on Jason Whitlock's platform. This is while Caitlin Clark was out and the Indiana Fever had won a few games. This is the very first time I got invited on his platform. And I said to Jason, the job here in Indiana with the Fever is to win with Caitlin Clark. I don't give a damn what you do without her. The job here is to win with Caitlin Clark. And if you can't do that, then your ass need to go. That's what I said a year ago, the very first time I went on his platform. Stands true today.
If the Boston Celtics were better without Larry Bird, you fire everybody. If the Lakers were better without Magic Johnson, you fire everybody. Because you're running the wrong system. If you've built a system that prefers for Caitlin Clark to be out of the lineup or works better with Caitlin Clark out of the lineup, you've built the wrong system.
Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Show some love. The like button is free. Hit the like button for your boy. We having a good time, man. We breaking down this smear campaign and exposing the frauds that are participating in this Caitlin Clark smear campaign. Hit the like button.
Biggest indictment of everything. You haven't built a system that works for Caitlin Clark. You watched Caitlin Clark at Iowa take the Iowa program to levels it had never come close to achieving. And so you have to prepare for Caitlin Clark. You have to put a plan and a strategy together for Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't done that, and that's why they have a better record without Caitlin Clark, because the coach and the system that they've installed works better without Caitlin Clark. If the Jackson 5 were better with Michael Jackson as a backup dancer than a singer, Joe Jackson needs to be fired as the manager of the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark is Michael Jackson. She's the one that moonwalks and draws the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what you do? You write songs that fit Caitlin Clark, not Jermaine or Tito or Jackie.
Hey, yo, Whitlock is stir the pot, keep cooking, Whitlock. Yo, Whitlock, you cooking their ass right now. But this is this might go on his greatest. This might go on his latest and greatest. This is one of the best segments I have seen. I had not seen this prior to this. This is one of the best segments I've seen Jason Whitlock cut. He is whipping up a pot of some. He in the kitchen cooking, all 4 stoves burning. All 4 stove burners on. A little bit of candy yams. He got some baked beans over here. He got some pork chops over here. He got some mashed potatoes over here. He whipping up a pot of something right now. Good Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is like a Hall of Fame introductory speech right here. My goodness.
You write songs for Michael, and that's what they did.
They too busy trying to make Kelsey Mitchell, who is Tito Jackson, they trying to make her Michael. That's the problem in this situation. We watched them all off season. Kelsey Mitchell was our number 1 priority last year. She's our number 1 priority this year. Oh, we watched Sophie Cunningham go on a podcast and say everything in our offense is built around Kelsey Mitchell being able to go to her left hand, which sucks because we all know Caitlin Clark shoots the ball better going left. But we're going to take away Caitlin Clark's going left to shoot because we want to run the offense for Kelsey Mitchell to go left. So Caitlin Clark needs to go right. The writing has been on the wall, y'all. The writing has been on the wall. They have not done everything in their realm to make sure that Caitlin Clark is in the best position as possible. They haven't done it, and they're not going to, which is why she needs to get the hell out of Indiana.
This is insanity. They've built a team that, well, we want to make sure that we showcase Kelsey Mitchell. We want to make sure.
Every time I say something, he follow up right behind me and say the same thing. Boy, man, listen.
That we bring out the best in Aaliyah Boston. This is insanity. And anyone with a brain knows it. And that's why at some point you have to put someone with a brain in charge of the organization. Let me walk you through the Caitlin Six, the group of idiots running this franchise. And leave this up. It's going to take me some time here. Lynn Dunn is the former head coach of the...
These are the sabotagers. Let me make it big for y'all. These are the sabotagers at hand. We got the 6 sabotagers at hand. I'm telling you right now, these are the people we got to keep our eyes peeled, ear to the streets to, because these are the sabotagers. You got Lynn Dunn, you got Kelly Krauskopf, you got Amber Cox, Stephanie White, you got Brianne January, then you got Karima and Austin Kelly, man. And Austin, I'm trying to like you, bro. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, homie. But listen, man, hey, man, guilt by association, bro. It is what it is. Listen, if you're riding in the car with 3 other people and those 3 go rob a bank, damn it, you got to go do some time too because you was with them. Guilt by association. You got to go too, bro. Sorry.
Indiana Fever. She led them to a championship in 2012 as the head coach. She is now the senior advisor for the Indiana Fever. She's at the top of this. She's constructed this group of alphabet soldiers underneath her.
Now, mind y'all, wait a second, y'all. Hold on one second, y'all. Do y'all remember when the news came out that Lynn Dunn was coming down from the front office, and coming down to be a coach advisor What did y'all think that meant when Lynn Dunn came down to be a coach advisor and kind of oversee things? What did y'all initially thought? Put in the chat what y'all initially thought. I'm going to tell y'all what I thought. I thought that Lynn Dunn wasn't a part of the sabotage. I thought Lynn Dunn was coming down to make sure Stephanie White did right by Caitlin Clark. I thought Lynn Dunn was coming down to monitor things and say, hey, if she's not doing things right by Caitlin Clark, we're going to get her the hell out of here. I'm going to be the eyes and ears for the owner. I'm going to be boots on the ground next to these. I'm going to be in these meetings. I'm going to be at these practices, at these games, in these huddles. I'm going to know what the hell is going on so that I can let the owner know if we need to get rid of this head coach or not. That's what I thought. Is that what y'all thought? They damn sure pulled the wool over my eyes, because it turns out that Lynn Dunn herself has been a part of the goddamn sabotage the whole time. She's been a part of this sabotage the whole time. I saw one of y'all put in the chat, pardon, I can't remember your name. Did they get rid of Christy Sides because she started letting Caitlin Clark cook? I'm starting to think y'all saw Caitlin Clark break 62 records with Christy Sides. Now, granted, we was on Christy Sides' ass in the beginning of the season. We didn't know what the hell she was doing. Not calling timeouts, all types of stuff. That post-Olympic break after All-Star, Christy Sides let Caitlin Clark cook. Did they get rid of her because she let CeCe go off and break 62 records and showcase how this league couldn't do anything with her? Is that why Christy Sides was fired? I don't know. All I know is I thought Lynn Dunn was coming down to make sure that things were done right by Caitlin Clark. But she's been a part of this sabotage the whole damn time. Nasty work. Nasty work.
Lynn Dunn, an alphabet soldier, former head coach at Purdue, Indiana Fever coach in 2012 when they won a championship. Kelly Krauskopf has been the longtime president of the Indiana Fever. She's worked for the Indiana Pacers and Herb Simon and the Simon brothers for years. She's the president of the Indiana Fever. She was there in 2012. Amber Cox, the general manager of the Indiana Fever, alphabet soldier, has me blocked on Twitter/X. Stephanie White, assistant coach, former player for the Indiana Fever in the early 2000s, was an assistant coach on the 2012 championship team that Lynn Dunn was the head coach of. Brianne January, alphabet soldier, a player on the 2012 Indiana Fever championship team. Brianne January runs the idiotic switch everything defense that is destroying the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. She's been spotted on the sidelines yelling and screaming at Caitlin Clark. This lazy switch everything defense that she has designed has undermined Caitlin Clark, given ammo to the opposition that wants to humiliate and destroy Caitlin Clark. They've set Caitlin Clark up.
Yep. Brianne January was probably one of them old heads that was jealous of Caitlin Clark when Brianne January was in Connecticut and Caitlin Clark was at Iowa doing her thing, making all this noise. Brianne January is one of them old guard people that was jealous too.
Karima and Austin Kelly, married couple. Karima played on the 2012 championship team, I believe, as a role player. And that's her husband, Austin Kelly. He designs the offense.
Oh, well, Austin, if you design the offense, then you need to pack your shit and go too. Pardon, you got to pack your bags, homie. You need to pack your bags and step. If you design this trash offense, you design this offense that got Aaliyah Boston standing at the three-point line all damn game. Let me ask y'all something. Wait a damn minute. Hold on a minute. If Brianne January is responsible in handling the defense, Austin Kelly is the one handling the offense. What the hell is Stephanie White here for? What the hell does she do? What does she do? What does she do? Come on, man. Nah, man. This lady's an agent. Man. Y'all got to get this whole crew up out of here. Austin Kelly, you the one that got Aaliyah Boston standing playing as a hub. I like her as a hub, a point center. That's your offense. Pack your shit. Go.
But their assistants. This little cabal, the Caitlin Clark Six, all alphabet except for Karima and Austin, and I'll leave that alone. But Caitlin Clark, like me, she's not hostile to the alphabet team. That's just not her lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who she is. And so she had no problem at Iowa with, I think, their top assistant, the woman that spent the most time recruiting her, now the head coach, Jan Jensen, alphabet. Caitlin loves her. It's no hostility. But the leadership started with Lisa Bluter, who is married to her husband and who is a heterosexual woman. She built an environment and a culture around Caitlin Clark, built a system that worked for Caitlin Clark because she wasn't trying to transition Caitlin Clark. She wasn't trying to make sure black women got all the credit or a lesbian woman got all or most of the credit. She just wanted to win. And so the Iowa Hawkeyes built an environment that worked for Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever have not.
They refuse to.
This is a Black Lives Matter, BLM, LGBTQIA plus outfit from top to bottom. I talked to people this weekend. I didn't realize Stephanie White was at Kansas State when I was at the Kansas City Star. And so I've talked to people that have known or come into contact with Stephanie White. Like, Stephanie White's been alphabet for a long time. Was probably alphabet when she was assemble a team that and a coaching staff that is predominantly hetero. We're not going to discriminate, and we're not going to turn down good players.
Hey, Randy, Whitlock whipping up a pot of gumbo, some Louisiana style gumbo, boy. Shrimps all up in there, all types of good stuff up in this one.
But we want a team where the culture is hetero because that's what Caitlin Clark is. Now, Kate Martin, her Iowa teammate, who's alphabet, she wants to come join in. Her and Caitlin have a relationship. Love to have her as the 10th, 11th, 12th man on the team. Love her. Caitlin loves her. We love her. We're not anti-LGBTQ or, the organization. I'm not talking about me because I am. God.
Oh, shit.
God tells me. I don't know what team she plays for, but if Kelsey Mitchell doesn't really vibe with Caitlin Clark and doesn't really fit because Kelsey Mitchell is a liability on defense as well.
And a ball hog.
Hey, let's move on from Kelsey Mitchell.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying I would have never gave her that $1.4 million to stay. Never.
Kelsey, we're going a different direction. We want you to reach your full potential. You need to do it someplace else because it won't be here. You're going to be an ancillary, great scorer, but this team will not be built around you, and we don't want you upset about it, undermining it. We don't want you yelling at Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark behavior bothers you to that point, let's get you on another team, and we will handle Caitlin Clark. We're not going to tolerate Caitlin Clark just yelling and screaming at everybody, but we don't want you managing this. We're going to get a coach in here, probably a male coach, who's going to handle that and tell, hey, Caitlin, you play basketball, I'll yell at people. But that's what you do if you want the best for Caitlin Clark. When she comes into the gym, and Taylor Swift is bumping in the gym, Morgan Wallen, Broadway Girls is bumping in the gym. It's all, you build an environment where Caitlin Clark is like, oh, this is my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
I walk into the gym and it sounds like what I'd like to listen to, and there's no Sid Colston running up behind me, pretending like she's pumping me in my back end. I got a bunch of heterosexual girls in here. We double date together. We go to Taylor Swift concerts and Morgan Wallen concerts. We don't do any of this craziness. But that's not what they've done. They cleaned it up from last year. It was really bad last year with Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner and that team they put around. They made some small progress this year, but they didn't do enough.
Yep.
And they have no intention because the agenda is bigger than putting together a winning organization, putting together a team that can win with Caitlin Clark. The whole thing has been about, when Stephanie White last year said, a blessing in disguise when Caitlin Clark got injured.
Yeah, that was, the writing was on the wall right there. Once she said it's a blessing in disguise that Caitlin Clark is injured, what? You should have saw it right then and there. What do you mean? When Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles, what do you think, Kobe, how do you think he would have felt if the head coach, when he tore his Achilles, got on camera and said, yeah, man, Kobe Bryant tearing his Achilles is a blessing in disguise? Go, what? I tore my Achilles. You telling me this is a blessing in disguise? You're going on national TV and saying that? It's insanity, guys. They never wanted to see her succeed, bro. This is craziness that's going on.
She told on herself. She told on the entire organization. I want to play another clip here. This is Shannon Sharp.
Now, we done with the Shannon Sharp thing. Listen, man, Jason Whitlock absolutely whipped up a pot of something. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the greatest segments I've ever seen him cut individually. No guests, nothing. He opened up a can of whoop ass in that segment. A real can of whoop ass in that segment. Round of applause in the chat for Whitlock on that segment, man. Round of applause. Dubs in the chat. Dubs in the chat for that segment, and dubs in the chat for y'all in the chat. Y'all got the chat on fire, y'all. Y'all got it cracking. I'm about to drop the link. Let me know in the chat, do y'all want the link? Put link in the chat if y'all want me to drop the link so y'all can pull up and tell me what y'all got to tell me, because this is crazy. Y'all want the link or not? This is crazy. Shout out to Evelyn on Twitter. Shout out to Evelyn on Twitter, man. Shout out to Evelyn on Twitter. We're going to get into this, and then I'm going to drop the link in the chat for y'all. Evelyn on Twitter said, I'm fully convinced there's a coordinated smear campaign being run against Caitlin Clark at this point. Every day it's another random media personality, former player, or analyst suddenly crawling out the woodworks to push the exact same negative talking points about her. It doesn't even feel organic anymore. You rarely hear this level of obsession, nitpicking, and narrative pushing toward any other player in the league. The second Caitlin Clark struggles, breathes wrong, shows emotion, or doesn't smile enough, it becomes a national discussion panel. Meanwhile, others can have terrible games, like Paige Beckers had a terrible game. Nobody talked about it. Bad body language, or create actual locker room issues, and the media suddenly goes silent. Okay? The timing, the coordination, the nonstop piling on is starting to look real funny. Meanwhile, the Fever front office stays completely silent while media people keep lining up to push the same narratives. At some point, you got to wonder if the coaching situation, the organizational tension, and the possibility of Caitlin Clark not signing that future mega deal has some folks in Indiana panicking, triggered behind the scenes. Protect yourself, Caitlin Clark, and make the decisions that bring you peace, happiness, and the best future for your career. You don't owe these people anything beyond what you already gave every single night on the court. At the end of the day, loyalty should go both ways. Evelyn on Twitter. That is a powerful one. That is powerful. I agree wholeheartedly with every sentiment you put in this statement. Every sentiment Evelyn put in this statement, I agree with wholeheartedly. This is sabotage that we have watched. Jason Whitlock broke it down. It's sabotage. And there is a large smear campaign that is going on at the cost of Caitlin Clark. And we all see it. And if you're going to sit there and act like you don't see it, then that's on you. But I ain't blind and I ain't stupid. I see what's going on. The Indiana Fever are sending people out to do their dirty work to cover for the organization. We see what's going on, guys. We see it. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I'm only going to pull up a few at a time. I don't like a million people talking over each other. But the link is in the chat. You can pull up and join me. We went through a bunch of the smear campaign that's going on. We watched Jason Whitlock whip up a pot of something on these people and break this thing down. We seen the Caitlin Clark interview, the Lexi Hall interview, the Stephanie White interview, Shannon Sharp going off. We've seen all of it. I see you, Luis. I'm going to bring you up, brother. We've seen all of it. And if you don't think that this is a real smear campaign and this is planned and organized, you're blind. You're blind. Anna, you got an echo in your background. I'm going to bring you up. You got an echo, though. You're blind if you think this isn't a smear campaign. This is sabotage. I don't think this is malpractice. Nobody can be this stupid. This is sabotage that's going on, guys. Evelyn, that was a hell of a statement on the smear campaign that is taking place. We got people all of a sudden randomly on a random Monday, first of the month. It's the first of the month. We got Lexi Hall popping up on Yahoo Sports to clear up things before the media even gets to interview Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White. You think that's ironic? Don't be silly, people. All of a sudden, we got Chad Ochocinco talking about Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. Chad Ochocinco he know Caitlin Clark. He ain't even know the name of the damn team she play on. All of a sudden, ISO Joe and them are talking about it. All of this has taken place, and I'm going to bring Luis, Phil, and Anna up. All of this has taken place after Fox News went off in an article about the Stephanie White situation. All of these platforms, all of these major outlets, the Indiana Fever Stephanie White ass was so much damn fire. If she cut off one of her toenails, she could probably boil a pot of noodles with it. It was so hot. That's how hot it was. That's how much heat they were in. That now they got all these people trying to come out and do damage control. It's nasty work what's going on. This is a smear campaign. This is a straight up smear campaign. There's no way around it. There's no other way around it. And like I said, if you want to be blind to the smear campaign, have at it. I won't be blind with you. I won't be blind with you. Okay, Anna is unmuted. One second, Anna, I'm gonna let you go first. Let me add Luis and Phil in, and we'll let you kick it off. Okay. Let me add, here we go. All right, Luis and Phil, I unmuted Phil. We're gonna let Anna go first. Anna, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is there an echo still?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Sky J and CC Speak, stick around. I don't want too many people on talking over each other. I'm gonna rotate you guys in, so just stick around. But go ahead, Anna.
Well, I know Tina's been saying this as well. Like I've been saying since day one, I didn't want Stephanie coming from Connecticut after that last playoff game. I'm glad more people are coming, too. I know you guys have been saying it as well. Like we've been on the bus for a while, waiting for people to come to this conclusion. But I honestly think that at this point, I know what she said. I think that she's just saying that. I think she was coerced to say that, if I'm being honest. I don't think she actually believes that she's smarter than that whole soliloquy speech that she said in the media. But I mean, whatever she says, they're going to hate her regardless. She needs to. I mean, as far as the WNBA goes, I think that she just the safest coach, unless they somehow get a male coach in next season. I think that Sandy, like I've been saying, CC the tempo to play her own tempo. Like I need her over there. Sandy would trade 2 people for her. Like I don't care if it's Mabry, like Sykes. I don't care. I think she would trade anyone to get Clark on her team over in Canada. And I think that'd be the safest option if CC's not stuck with the Fever and Stephanie White next season. I was also going to bring up one point. Just it's a little off topic, but did you hear about the news with Connor that Scott Agnes posted that he just signed in Indiana with a team?
No, but I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, so I don't know so much about that trade situation anymore with CC. So she might be staying in Indy, which is unfortunate. But Connor,
okay, it says Connor McCaffrey is joining the Noblesville Boom as a player development. He spent the last 2 seasons at Thad Matta's staff as butler. Who's the Noblesville Bloom? Is that a G League team? Hold on.
I believe that's where he just kind of quit, like abruptly, and then it just came out with that news.
Noblesville Bloom is an American professional team based in Noblesville, Indiana, that competes in the NBA G League. Okay, they're affiliate of the Indiana. So he took a G League job for the Pacers, basically the Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I highly doubt that my whole Toronto thing is gonna come into
wait.
fruition.
At the end of the day, that's not a multi-year thing. That's like a year-by-year thing. Okay, that's a year-by-year thing. It's the G League. He could pack up and leave for the damn G League. He ain't signed no NBA head coach money. You know what I'm saying? So he'll pack his things and go.
Yeah, I mean, he's
this is
not
one of
trapped there
those
for sure.
meantime, in between time type of gigs.
Yeah.
But okay, you definitely made some valid points. Luis, I seen you in there. Hop on in. Phil, jump in right after him. Go ahead, Luis.
Yeah, I just have, thanks for having me on. I just have 2 quick points, and yeah, I agree with everything that you're showing here tonight. We've been watching this Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever since last year, and it's just, I've never seen anything like it in watching 54 years of sports. It's just, I've never seen it, and she seems to be letting it, agreeing with what they're doing. I don't understand that. I do think she's coerced. My wife brought this point up here. It's pretty amazing. Real quick on what she said. You notice how they both said, I ride with each other. It almost looked like a little bit of a script as you see different newscasters saying the same thing. But I want to bring up one point here. I have a question. First off, has anybody ever seen Stephanie White yell or chew out any other player on this bench in the 2 years she's been here? No. Especially like she did. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard traveling 4 times in a row last year. Anything. I mean, has anybody ever seen it? I mean, it's so obvious, and then they act like nothing's going on, and I don't understand, Maurice, why Caitlin is taking this. I just don't. I've been watching sports all my life, but why does she literally think that these people like her? I mean,
Louise, I think she's naive. I think that in 4 or 5 years, Caitlin Clark's going to do an interview about this situation and how she was misled as a young adult, and she didn't know how to handle it. It's a lot of pressure and this and that, and I wish I would have done this, handled things differently. Even if she don't jump into the details, right. I think she's going to say she wished she handled things differently early in her career at some point.
I agree. I just want to make one more point, and I'll listen to everybody else. I'm really tired of everybody getting or talking and saying, look what they did without Caitlin last year. My wife and I watched the season last year. Okay, Kelsey Mitchell was great. The team was great. But they forget. There was a lot of games that Kelsey Mitchell bombed. They were 4 losses out of not making the playoffs. And Caitlin, as hurt as she was a big reason why they won those 8 games. And Lexi Hall saved her butts too. They did not win that without Caitlin Clark. Without her, they lose 4 or 5 more games and they don't make the playoffs. So I'm sick of people throw that in her face. And in the defensive end, like so many people, experts have said, she's not a bad defender. They are isolating her. Anybody in that situation, would be in trouble. And they're wearing her down like Venom and you say. They're wearing her down and she can't do her offense. She looks terrible on offense.
It's beyond, and Phil, jump in right after me. It's beyond, you don't, any professional, I have friends that play in NBA, and I watch them play one-on-one in the offseason. Pro NBA players, when they play one-on-one, they play 3 dribbles. You got 3 dribbles to get a bucket. And you know why? Because for the most part, you won't get the dribble unless you're a James Harden or somebody. You don't get to dribble 12 and 13 times before you score. 3 dribbles, jab step, get to the money, get right to the money. 3 dribbles. You don't allow pros. If you allow pros to play one-on-one and dribble versus at a guy or a girl 10 and 12 times for 16 straight seconds, they're probably gonna score or you're probably gonna foul. Especially if nobody's gonna help. That is basic high school, low-level college stuff, guys. So of course, and then Luis, not only does it take away from our offense, we watched Sophie Cunningham say it. Luis, where does Caitlin Clark shoot most of her logo threes?
Right when she gets over the line, right by
on the left side.
On the left side, right, yeah.
Go watch the Michigan game when she broke the record. They knew that was her spot. She goes over half court, takes 1 dribble left. They had her damn logo where she used to take all the threes on the left side of the court.
Right.
We watched Sophie Cunningham get on camera. Yeah, guys, yeah, man, the way our offense is set up, it's designed so that Kelsey Mitchell can go left.
Right.
Okay, so if everything is designed for Kelsey to go left, Caitlin can't be going that way too.
Right.
And when you watch the offense, what do?
Right.
Caitlin brings the ball up in the middle of the court. Kelsey Mitchell comes from the right side of the floor. She'll run toward the defender, tap her hip like she's setting a screen, and keep going left. Caitlin will either throw it to Kelsey going left, and when she doesn't pass it to her, what happens then? We get a ball screen of Caitlin going right.
Right.
And Aaliyah Boston stays at the top of the key. This offense, Caitlin Clark does not shoot jump shots well going right. We've all known that. If that was known before she got in the WNBA, which is why Lexi Brown was on the podcast Gills Arena and said, if I'm guard, this is before Caitlin Clark ever played a game, Phil. I'm sorry, Phil. This is before she ever played a game. Lexi Brown was on the podcast and said, if I was guarding Caitlin Clark, when the ball screen comes, I would force her into the ball screen going right. I would not let her reject the ball screen and cross back over going left. I push her right, make her use the ball screen. They knew that before she fucking got there. You don't design anything for the girl to go left. Everything is going right because you want Kelsey Mitchell going left. Sophie Cunningham told us the offense was designed for Kelsey Mitchell. So not only does the defense take away from her offense, the offense isn't designed for her any damn way. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I agree with you, but here's a couple things. One, did Stephanie White take her off the ball so she could play better defense? Or did she take her off the ball so she had her legs under her in the fourth quarter? Well, you're sitting her for 20 minutes a game. She better have enough legs for that or she better retire. Another thing, this idea that she can't defend, I don't care who you are or what level you're at, where you've played or haven't played, who you've coached and haven't coached, and I've got a little bit of that too. But when you are isolated every set, you only have 6 mistakes to make, and the ref might mess up a couple of them like he did in this game. But when you tell me that Stephanie White picked Raven Johnson for her elite defense, and she lasted 10 fucking minutes in your defense, you are not much of a coach. Now, I didn't hear her come out and say, well, Raven just had a kind of a bad night. No, and there's no vibe. Another thing I want to talk about that we haven't talked about, no more lying, Caitlin Clark. Don't say you're not listening to social media. I just heard you say you've been listening to it for 5 years. And I guess you didn't want it. I guess you didn't want those 57,000 fans in that football stadium. I guess you didn't want Carver to be sold out every game, or Cambridge sold out every game on the road. Do you understand something, Caitlin? in 2024, they couldn't put enough of their people in the stands to boo you.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're drowning out the people
Yep.
that are on your side. And you know why? The style you're playing. And if you think that these coaches who just got through, general managers, voting you the 10th best point guard in the league, are going to make you an all-star or let you be on the Olympic team when they have Paige Beckers, Olivia Miles, Juju Watson will be there by 28. Hell, this little Hidalgo is coming. She'll be a darling too. You better wake up, Miss Clark,
Hey,
because
Phil.
your shine only exists with us,
Phil,
with the fans that you are starting to say you hate. And we're the ones who voted you into the All-Star game when you
Phil,
couldn't even play.
I'm with you, Phil. You hitting the damn hammer right on the nail. What's wild is we had never seen Caitlin Clark talk about the fans or the media or anything this way. I believe Caitlin Clark is in the sunken place. I think she's in the sunken place. They have brainwashed her. They've done voodoo on her. I believe they have done whatever they could to corrupt this girl's mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's lost right now.
I think she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Yeah. I think she's
Can
on
I
the verge.
just say one more thing, and I mean one more thing.
Go ahead, Luis. After Phil, jump in, Luis. Anna, you can chime in as well.
What I want to say is sarcastic, but I mean it too. That logo that sits in Carver, the only way Caitlin Clark going to score in this offense, they're going to end up putting a logo at the free throw line because she's going to get more than half her points there. She took 7 shots in 22 minutes. While Raven can't shoot, and don't tell me she can because she made a 3 someday.
I'm with you.
She got 4 and 10.
Yep.
Fouled out. She didn't have no 3 assists in the first 3 minutes. If you're going to play this bullshit game of Stephanie White is a great coach or she had a great career, Stephanie White was nothing. 0, zip, nada. Little January, yeah, she played on a team. If you take Stephanie White in January and throw in another 8-point a game scorer, now you got what Caitlin Clark gives you just in scoring. And you can take all of them together and take their assists and shove them up your ass because you're still going to be 4 assists a game short. So don't tell me about these has-beens. We're trying to be Apple running a flip phone operating system. End of story.
Oh, go ahead, Luis.
You know, and I agree with you, Phil. Great point.
Go ahead, Luis. Go ahead.
What's really sad too is like my wife and I always say, she's so different. You can see Caitlin. She's so brainwashed. Like even when she's open for the 3, she hesitates. She never did that before. I mean, the coaches are in her head about everything. Don't tell me, oh, they're my friends and they want what's better for me. Tell me you guys don't see that. There's times she is wide open for the 3 and she might not take it because she's lost her confidence in herself. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're doing. They're making her an average player. I just want to say this real quick. I've watched sports all my life. I was a big hockey fan. And, you know, I watched generational hockey players. I've seen them be physically abused, never mentally abused like this. I've never seen in every, like you guys always say, every single star on the team, the teams realize what they have, and they build around the star. They support the star. This isn't just the coaches, the management. It's league-wide, like Jason Whitlock says. They hate her. And she never says nothing. She don't say nothing racist. It would be different if she got on there and start talking about people. Even when she gets attacked. When I asked her about Marina Mayberry last year, who cheap shot her. Hey, let's just talk about the Commissioner's Cup. I just want to talk about basketball. Sometimes I think she hurts herself. Maybe, I don't know, because she don't stand up.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me add Sky J. She was in here. Let me see. Yeah, this league is wild, man. This league is definitely wild. Sky J, unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I actually drove from Dayton, Ohio to the game against Seattle where they were arguing, her and Bria in January.
Wow. Okay.
And me and my sister and our kids and our husbands were like, this is typical meme girl behavior. Like, I noticed this chat doesn't really have like the female perspective, but like from the top down, they're all like, hey, you have to do this for us. You have to do this for us. You can tell they're kind of like pushing at her constantly, trying to get her aligned with them. And they don't care like how she feels or anything. And so they're using like, oh, what about the rest of us? What about the rest of us? And trying to like make everybody feel good. And so that's why I think when people compare this situation to a NBA situation, no, because NBA, like they understand like what's at stake. These gals don't understand that.
Still stuck in this big, we all want one big participation trophy situation. You know, remember when Caitlin Clark got on the cover of that magazine or whatever it was, and then I believe it was someone from the Mystics said, oh, we all should be on there. Like, everybody wants a damn participation award. Everybody has to feel included in everything. It's like, man, grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, but you have to blame also the NBA because they don't have any metrics or anything. They're not forced to earn their way. They're going to keep getting paid regardless. They got the contract regardless. They have the money. It's not like, do they really have any repercussions if they don't make any money for the next couple of years? They have until 28 or whatever to actually come back to the table, but they're not going to take any money away, really, right? That's just their opportunity to get more money. So they've already got their money, so why do they care?
Yeah.
So Caitlyn is just in a situation where she's surrounded by people from the top down. And, you know, like Jason said, everybody's from some type of relationship with the Fever. And so all of them want, you know, pass shine. Why do they care what's going on with Caitlyn? They're already getting it. And regardless if it's negative attention or not, they're getting it every day. So what's the point? I mean, they're going to continue to get shine. Like we've seen, Stephanie White, every video, even there was like one where Caitlyn was building houses or whatever. She's in the background of the picture, like scary. You look in the back, she's in the back. Like, where did she come from?
Hey,
and so this is like, yeah.
Meek, silence your background. I'm adding you in, but you got an echo in your background, Meek. I agree with you, Sky J. I don't know, bro. It's like Caitlin Clark pops up at the Olympics, and then Stephanie White shows up like this, bro, like you're everywhere, bro. How do you keep popping up? The girl shows up at the Indy 500, and freaking Stephanie White comes from the ceiling like Sting. Y'all remember Sting in wrestling used to come from the ceiling? Like, bro, where the hell did you come from, bro? Like, how do you?
This is me. This is
Like,
this is typical mean girl behavior. It doesn't stop when women get older. You think that they would mature out of it, but that's why you have to have different perspectives and stuff in the environment, even if there's a male. And as Austin Kelly to be in the environment and not say anything, you know, he's enabling the situation.
Well, look,
but it's a mean girl environment from top down.
I agree with you. Listen, I just found out Austin Kelly was the one who designed this hub offense. Listen, bro. I was trying to cut you a little bit of slack, my guy. Your ass gotta go too. Guilt by association. If I'm riding with 3 people and they decide to do a crime, I might not get as much time as them, but damn it, I'm going to jail too. You gotta go too, bro. I get it. You in a tough spot. I'm gonna tell you why Austin Kelly is such a tough spot. He gotta go home and deal with a sister. Hey, look, you gotta deal with Shorty at home and at work. That's a sticky situation. You probably just want to go home to some peace, play with the little one, lay down. You probably say the wrong thing. You try to make Caitlin Clark look too good, you might not get cooked no dinner at home. Your ass might be eating some McDonald's, bro. I'm telling you. He in a tough situation.
And last thing. Stephanie White says she coaches how she would have wanted to be coached. She was a role player. So that's why the other players like her so much, because they're role players. And every role player thinks they're going to be the best on the team, right? So they're getting coached like, oh, yeah, we're all great. We're going to all be good. We're going to all have shine. And so that's why there's so much confusion there, because there's no clear leader on the floor. And that's why they're falling apart. Because as soon as Caitlyn started doing good, it's like, okay, well, Kelsey might feel hurt that she didn't get a lot of shots right now. Let me take Caitlyn now so I can make sure that, you know, Kelsey gets some shots in. So this person gets shots in.
I'm with you. There's no pecking order. That's a major problem. But it's hard to establish a pecking order when you want to pacify everybody's feelings. CC Speaks, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead, chime in.
Well, I have to say I agree with almost everything Sky said. And I'm an older female. I've been around sports my whole life. I played sports before Title IX even.
It's all right. You sound like you're 21. You got the spirit of a 21-year-old. Don't you?
Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
And, you know, Cece was one of my granddaughter's favorite celebrities, I'd say role models. And everything that I've been watching since I followed her in her college years, I have to tell you, it's something I feel horrible saying, but with everything that's been going on, especially these last couple of games, which I see everything everybody else sees, but the fact that Caitlin Clark can come out in public and say what she's saying, you know, she's riding with all of them and she agrees with everything that's going on, and we're all seeing things that aren't there, or I just feel like she is, yes, some kind of psychological trauma is being, you know, put on her in a way that I guess I thought she was mentally stronger and had already been put to the test with some of the things that happened the first year, and she picked herself up and dusted herself off and kept on going. And I don't know what's happened in this past year, but I'm losing a lot of respect for her and for her family. Her agent is obviously, you know, useless.
Aaron Kane, I don't know where the hell you at, Aaron Kane. You need to do something. Your client's brand, there's an entire smear campaign going on. Your client's brand is about to be sinking in quicksand due to this. And if you keep letting this bonehead of a head coach diminish her, you're messing up. You fumbling the bag yourself. You fumbling.
Yeah, I'm an
the bag,
example.
Aaron Kane.
I'm ready to just kind of say, you know, my granddaughter and I were going to go to the Phoenix game here in July, and no, I don't think I'm going. I really feel like the fact that Caitlin is succumbing to these things, and again, it's not all, you know, her fault, but I am surprised that she won't stand up for herself, and that her family is letting these things happen to her also.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I just don't want to watch it anymore. I don't want to be a witness to this kind of thing.
You know what? You know what I said during the last game? Caitlin Clark was the most exciting thing to watch from her junior year up through her rookie season. At this point, it's not so fun to watch anymore. It's becoming that now. She still is exciting of a player, but with the way things are going and all of the nonsense that's going on, we never get to see her play her game. It's not fun to watch anymore at this point. Hey, Brandon, I'm unmuting you. Get your background. You got a echo in your background. What do you think about that? CC Speaks.
The only other thing I'll say is that part of the thing that turns me off is that it's almost like you're witnessing a family member or somebody you care about make excuses for an abusive, you know, spouse or friend who they just can't see, doesn't have their best interest at heart, but yet they're always the first one to run and defend them. When other people see, hey, no, this isn't right. They're not treating you right. And I just don't know what to say. There's times sometimes you have to just leave that person and step aside and you know, wait till they go down and be available to help them when they're ready. But honestly, when Caitlin comes out in public and kind of, you know, I mean, they've been trying to separate her from her fans for a while. I could see that.
It's seeming like it's
and this is
starting
the
to
first
take
time I've
shape.
ever commented on any of the. I follow a few of these channels. I really like you, and I like a couple others, but I've never gone on one of these things to say anything. But after seeing her today, I'm just a regular granny here with my grandchildren, and my granddaughter's a big fan, and she's a role model. And it's like, I don't know if I want Caitlin to be her role model anymore, because the abuse that she's put up with and now is sort of succumbing to, again, you know, where's her family in all this? It's like she's in an abusive relationship and is defending the people abusing her. I'm really not down for that anymore.
Yeah, Louise, go ahead. I know you want to chime in. Brandon, jump in after Louise.
Yeah, just real quick points. Great points, CC Speaks and Brandon. But my thing is this, though. I've heard Jason Whitlock says this, and I've heard Mr. DePope says this, and a lot of people don't agree with this. The powers that be that run the sports and entertainment world. And maybe it's just, you know, Jason Whitlock says, who are the powers that be? Well, the people higher than to run the league, the FBI, the CIA. And maybe it's, her and her family are seeing how much, this is not just like I said, a sports athlete getting physically abused. She's been attacked for 3 years. And I'm not making an excuse for what she said today, but she's been attacked for 3 years from every angle possible. I mean, so maybe it's just fear. Maybe it's if she does start standing up, who knows? Look what just happened. Her life was threatened on social media. Nobody did nothing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's her mom and dad saying, "Hey, just go along with it," which is not the right thing to do. But I mean, what would you do if that was your child? I don't know.
Yeah.
I respectfully disagree. I feel if that was my child, I would let my child know you're the baddest person into this game. You're the face of the league. You need to speak up. It's women empowerment. Y'all can't say this is America and you stand for women empowerment. You're the most powerful voice in the game. People, arena are getting sell out because of you. They're making money because of you. It's about to become profitable because of you. You need to speak out. Things is not right. Caitlyn need to come out and say, yo, we need to fire everybody in the office. They're not running the offense through me. I'm the face. Y'all need to build around me. She needs to speak up. She
I
not
agree.
speaking up is not helping. That's a problem. She's becoming part of the problem. She's better than that. And people talking about defense. You supposed to run a scheme to make sure they don't mess with Caitlyn for defense. You need to build around her. She is that brand. If you got a generational player, I never seen a generational player and anybody in the office said, "Oh, we are building around Kelsey Mitchell." But who's a Oh yeah, Caitlyn is a generational player, but forget about her. I know she's generational, but why
Hey,
am I
Brandon.
gonna build
Hey,
around a
Brandon.
generational
Brandon,
player?
did you ever hear the Golden State Warriors? The Golden State Warriors had Klay Thompson on their team, who is probably one of the best 5 shooters that we have ever seen.
He is.
You never heard them say, "Oh yeah, we building around Klay Thompson." No, I got the greatest shooter to ever touch the earth in Steph Curry. I know Klay is one of the best 5 ever. Damn it, we not building around Klay, we building around Steph. Why is that so difficult?
It shouldn't be, and that's the problem. Y'all got Caitlin Clark, y'all built around her. And the fact, once again, it's that organization. Even the man that owned the team, he sit back and he see what's going on. The next thing, we got a lot of lesbian in this league that we need to get rid of. We got a lot of toxic people in high places. I've been saying this. People wonder why the league never grow. You have a lot of toxic people in office in high places, and they wonder why little girls is not looking up to become NBA players. Cause y'all need to clean the game up. When I said clean the game up, I need clean up in office. I need clean up here. I need clean up there. I need clean up there. Y'all need to there's plenty of straight girls that want to play basketball. Usually when these straight girls come out of college, you know what y'all do to them? Y'all fire them. Y'all said, "Oh, you're
Damn.
straight, you're not lesbian? Oh, you need to go over China and go play ball. We're going to get rid of you and your fans coming out of college." That's one of the main reasons why the WNBA haven't been growing for 29 years, because they get rid of all the real players that are not lesbian. And I think we need to have this on we need to hear about this on all these mainstream channels. That's what it should be. Does the WNBA have a problem with straight players if you're not lesbian?
Damn.
Look at
You know what?
look at
But Brandon,
Azifod.
that's
Azifod been
what
messing up.
that
Nobody
is.
talk about Azifod because she's lesbian.
But Brandon, that's one of the things that Jason Whitlock has been harping on for a while with this league. A lot of people have been talking about that. Thank you, man. I think you made some very solid points there. Stick around. Let me read this in Grateful. I unmuted you. You can chime in after this. Shout out to Tamika Curry. Cece is broken. In the Sue Bird interview, she said one game doing really well, and Stephanie White told her, why did she take risks? She got scolded. I remember that. I mean, we watched Stephanie White be pissed off when Caitlin Clark made 4 threes in like 8 seconds versus the New York Liberty. Stephanie White was absolutely pissed about it. But we know if it was Kelsey Mitchell that did that, the girl might have did a goddamn cartwheel off of the top of the announcing table. Like we know that. Shout out to Greg D. 90% of the front office coaching staff are members of the Alphabet Army. They will never have CC's back. KTV always keeping it real. Much love. I appreciate you. I mean, this thing is it's come to a head, man. And I think now with this smear campaign that's going on, everybody is coming out and speaking out about it. Grateful, are you there?
Yeah, boss, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Hey, I just want to state, like, with all this drama, it's real, it's no joke, but we're still talking about the all-time leading NCAA scorer, men's or women's.
Mhm.
We're talking about a woman who is overcoming an entire organization trying to sabotage her, which you have pointed out so eloquently time and time again. And not to mention the refs. That Portland game, those refs were absolutely against her. So you have referees against her, an entire organization against her, and she's still putting up numbers, historic numbers. The best player in the WNBA
I see
ever
you, Tina.
already.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying this is just going to make her stronger and better. It's like Michael Jordan. I watched him when they couldn't get past the Pistons. It was a lot of mental trauma. It was a lot of head games. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. She's going to emerge from this even better than she was already going to be. And
Yeah.
so, like,
Hopefully she can survive it. I'm hoping that either they get rid of the Caitlin Six that Jason Whitlock showed us, the Lynn Dunn, Kelly Crosskoff, all the assistants, including Amber Cox and Stephanie White. If they're not going to get rid of everybody, I want her to go elsewhere. Tina, you're on. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I had to step out earlier. I've missed part of this. I was stunned. I was shocked today at listening to Caitlin. Um, I do feel like it sounds like a battered wife syndrome going on. But I will have to say this. I believe it's true punishment. This is her punishment from Bree January incident, from the incident that she has jerked her hand away from Stephanie White, because we've never seen the exposure on her defense until these last two games. What does that tell you? That tells me that there's a conspiracy with these coaches that
Mm.
are like, okay, you think you're gonna talk to us like this? We're gonna show you this is how we're gonna play defense. Because to my knowledge, KTV, I've never seen it like this before. Have you ever seen it prior to these two games? I mean, sporadically, but all of a sudden it's just like in our face. Like, I mean, she's literally, they're saying, just like they did on Unk's show, girl, you're going to play some defense if you think we're going to let you play for 30 minutes and get your 25 points. They're taking this out on her. I mean, it's complete sabotage that's going on. But I have said for quite a while, I said, if Caitlin comes out and she says, nope, I want Stephanie White. Nope, I'm happy with her. Nope. You know what? That's you got it then, Caitlin. You got it. Now I'll decide if I want to watch this shit or not.
So Tina, let me ask you this. Next game versus the Atlanta Dream. I think the Atlanta Dream are going to stump a mud hole in the Indiana Fever.
Oh yeah.
So so if we see similar things next game, do you not care anymore due to Stephanie White? And this is for the whole chat because with what we saw what Caitlin Clark said that, and I thought it was a cover up. Hold on, who is that? Hold on, one of y'all background sounds very. Oh no, that's y'all. XRP point guard. Your background is crazy. I got to get you out of here. Um, so Tina, with what we saw when Caitlin Clark came back, when she addressed the injury situation with the Portland game, now with what we've seen her come out and say today, are you just checked out on it? You don't care how she's treated by them anymore. There's a lot of people that kind of feel that way.
No, I'm not checked. I can't be checked out on her. I'm just saying, I feel like Caitlin maybe is, okay, so if a man beats his wife,
oh shit.
and, okay, I'm just saying this. If he beats his wife, he's like, I'm, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I won't do this again. And then he goes and does it again. So I'm thinking maybe Stephanie White, this is kind of out there, y'all. Sorry. Okay, Stephanie's like, okay, Caitlin, we're going to get this straightened out. We're going to get this done. Maybe behind the scenes they're talking like that. I don't know. So I'm trying to hang in there with her. But if I see it go on for several more games with the same thing, one of your gentlemen that I've never heard before, he made the best point in the world about her 3-point shot. she has no confidence left in that. That's shot to pot right now. And I don't know how much more of we're going to see that of her. And when that happens, we're going to decide as fans, do we want to watch this? Because that's why I never watched WNBA past the college. I've watched college women's for 25, 30 years since my daughter was 8 years old playing basketball. So I don't know if, I think the next few games is going to tell a story. We're going to see if Stephanie has done something about what's happened in the last couple of games, and I don't think that's going to happen. But, and maybe Caitlin, see, I thought we were going to hear something today. I swear to God, I thought KTV today we were going to hear some big ass news. I thought it was going to be the Fever announced Stephanie White has been waived.
Nah, that was a
I mean,
dream. That was a dream
that
of
was
all of
my
ours.
dream. Yeah. So, I think we're just going to have to play it by ear. I mean, the next couple games is going to tell something, but we're going to get our ass beat.
But you know what? You know what? I think the one silver lining here is this. And let me see what else in here. Louise or Phil, you could chime in. Chime in after this, Phil. The one silver lining in this whole thing for me is the one way I know for sure, because I don't know many things. I don't claim to know everything. The one thing I know for sure that will inflict change is a bunch of fucking losses.
Yes.
Rather that is, they say, hey, Caitlin, we dealing with a lot with you. At this point, your fans have stopped supporting and stopped selling out our arena. At this point, we just gonna move on from you because we're not winning. We're not selling like we were. We'll move on from you. Or Stephanie White, you done ran off Caitlin Clark fans. We're not even winning your way. You got to go. The only way that I know we will get some sort of change is if we lose a lot of fucking games. And I'm going to root my heart out like I always do for Caitlin Clark to go out and light it up. But I absolutely will not be rooting for Stephanie White to win games. I'm going to be clear. And for all the people that are going to get in my comments and say, oh, no, you're not a Fever fan. Hello. I wasn't a Fever fan before Caitlin Clark got here. I don't. There's two teams that I root for in my lifetime, no matter how good or bad they are. Those were my once Washington Redskins, now Commanders, and we got Jaden Daniels. The first time in my lifetime as an adult, I have a legitimate quarterback. I root for the Washington Commanders, whether we suck or what. And I root for my Chicago Bulls, no matter what the hell is going on. I've been that way since I was 3 years old. I ain't been no damn Indiana Fever fan my whole life. I rooted for them because I like Caitlin Clark. The second she goes elsewhere, I will be rooting for whatever jersey she puts on. Just like a bunch of LeBron James left Cleveland and went to Miami. Then they left Miami and went back to Cleveland. Then they left Cleveland and went to LA. Damn it, that's what I'm doing with Caitlin Clark. So don't get in my comments telling me I'm not an Indiana Fever fan, because I'm telling you, I ain't no damn lifelong Indiana Fever fan. I don't care and I don't hide it. And if losing means that's how I can get Stephanie White out of here, then damn it, lose. Caitlin Clark, have 30. I want Caitlin Clark to score 30 a game, get 10 assists, and the Indiana Fever lose, but I don't give a damn how much.
Yeah, that'd be what we need. But you know what? I think Stephanie White has decided she don't mind taking the L's. I think she and January are so hard headed. They're like, we don't care. We're going to take these losses, but by God, we're going to teach Caitlin Clark a lesson. We're going to beat her till she comes our way. I'll be damned or not. So I don't think they care if they take the loss, because she sure didn't act like she cared if they lost the other night. What coach does that?
Yeah. Phil, go ahead. Hold on. Let me add Anna because she wanted to chime in. Hold on 1 second, Anna. Phil, jump in after Anna. Sorry, bro. Go ahead, Anna.
I'm just gonna make one last point. I'm gonna hop in chat after, but I mean, we all know it's top down, and those six play a part for sure, and they came here to play a part in that.
Pardon me, sorry. When I say I want Stephanie White, I mean I want everybody gone. Amber Cox, Lynn Dunn, Kelly Crosskoff, Stephanie White, Brianne January, Austin Kelly and his wife, everybody gone. Go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, no, all of them. the whole thing, or Clark needs to leave. I'm not going to diagnose a narcissist, but Stephanie White has definitely looked like some controlling dictator and just diminishing her stats like the entire time she's been here. I also always notice, if you guys don't, her Stephanie White 22 in the background of all of her interviews on video. She's ready for her jersey to be retired. It looks like, I don't even know. But the time restriction, the tugging all on Caitlin. We heard months of interviews saying nobody knows where to be on either end of the court. Poor fundamentals, bunnies, catching passes. She's on her own island the whole entire time. And she's said this in interviews, like, you have to like read between the lines sometimes because she doesn't obviously speak out too much about it. But we've seen it now, body language police. We've seen her fed up recently. And I think she's just kind of just stuck in this completely infiltrated team. I don't want to see her start from the ground up all over again, her fourth year in this stupid league. So that's just all. I don't know. I don't even know. So I wish she would get traded, but it just seems like we're going to be stuck with, we're going to lose tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I hope we do. Yeah, I hope we do as well.
I'm with you. All right, go ahead, Phil.
Okay, well, I sure have enjoyed listening to the ladies talk. I hope more of them come on. I agree with everything they're saying. Nobody understands better what women are thinking than women. So the other thing I want to talk about is the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Portland without her, got blown out with her at playing 20 minutes. I said before the game, if she doesn't play 33 good minutes, we're going to get beat.
Mm-hmm.
The next 5 games, we could easily lose 4 and maybe 5. And the problem with that is, when we had the gimme games, when we could beat Dallas 4 times, when we could beat Chicago 5 times, we can make the playoffs. We can get good seeding. We can make the Commissioner's Cup. If Caitlin Clark doesn't go nuts against the Liberty, they don't make the Commissioner's Cup, by the way.
Yep.
But on the other end of everything, we're up against the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 5-game series with Dallas. That was 5 wins a year ago. That's pretty. We could easily lose 5 games.
Chicago.
We got
gotten much
Chicago
better.
ain't no joke.
Yeah.
That was 4 freebies. The Portland Fire was supposed to be a freebie, boys. We're not supposed to be a gimme. We're 11.5-point favorite. I don't bet much, but if I'm going to bet anything, I'm going to take one prop bet. Caitlin Clark is coming out of that game Thursday night by the 4-minute mark.
I'm with you.
Because Stephanie White going to show you, that wasn't nothing to do with breaking the rhythm. My whole plan was to play 11 players in the first quarter because that would sure confuse the fuck out of her fans. It didn't confuse the Portland coach. He said, "Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to whip your ass. You're going to put 11 players in the game. I'm going to leave my starters in and run you off the floor."
Yep. Bro,
And
Phil,
how are we gonna get rid of her? We're not. They just gave. Now, I'm sorry, Connor. They just gave Connor a job sweeping the floor because of his girlfriend, and that weak ass punk took the job. That's her support system. Oh, yeah, I'll take it. You should have told him to shove that job. You want a job? Come on, be the assistant coach. And when they grab your wife, knock them on your ass. This kind of stuff, I'm not impressed with him getting a job at a G League ball boy. Here's what I'm saying. Watch this season unfold. Nothing. I drove to Indiana to watch Bobby Knight coach. But guess who wasn't playing for him? Larry Bird.
Mm.
You know why? He lasted a week with that kind of abuse. And he said, "See ya." I drove to Minneapolis after Bobby Knight got in trouble for throwing the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Sat 2 rows behind him, and listened to the shit come out of his mouth. And I knew he wasn't going to last long. That was a man out of control. And Stephanie White is no different. You don't grab players. You don't yell at them from while you're sitting there and then tell Raven, get in for her. And then go up and have her tell me and everybody in the world, I never listened to the social media, but as long as you mentioned it, I've been listening to it for 5 years. And by the way, me and Stephanie, we're tight. We're tight. You are? Then you're getting weaker than I want you to be. I don't know. If I never watched her play college, I sure as hell wouldn't be watching her play now.
I'm
Because the
with
way she's playing now is not worth watching.
the next 5 games. You got Atlanta, New York, Washington, Chicago, and Connecticut. You could easily lose 4 out of the next 5 games.
Absolutely. And my prediction when you came up with your undefeated 9-0, mine was 4-6.
It
And
was.
I don't want it. I hate to be right, but I'm in a better spot than you are.
I think, Phil, I'm smarter than that. I was just excited, man. I drank some of the Caitlin Kool-Aid that morning before I recorded. I was excited, man.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Before you tell a man to step outside, let him stand up first and see how big he is.
Go ahead, Luis.
Yeah, great point, Phil. I mean, you bring up a lot of good. And the ladies, too, I agree with almost everything they say. One of the things I say, and I guess it's all part of the whole plan, is everybody rips on Caitlin Clark's defense. What about she led the team in steals? She's leading the team in steals and blocks. Why doesn't anybody ever say anything about Kelsey Mitchell? She's a terrible defender. And she's, no matter what she does, I mean, she shot the ball, and where did it land? On the back of the hoop the other night?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, you forgot Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, man. Come on.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't get it. But yeah, that's great points there, Phil. I think they are going to lose a lot, and I hope you're right, Vision, that they get it helps them get rid of this coach. But I just don't know. Are the owners involved with it? They have to be seeing this. They don't seem to care that the ratings dropping. Do they really care? I mean, somebody brought up on one of the podcasts he's worth $5 billion, and maybe this is a write-off to him. I just don't know. I mean, does he own the Pacers too? Does he own the Pacers too?
Yeah.
So maybe hasn't this whole league been kind of a write-off for the NBA for 30 years?
Yeah. I don't think he care. He clearly can't care that much, man.
The Fever went from $10 million to $700 million.
He won
He
already.
cares about that.
Yeah, he won
Really?
already.
Yeah.
He won. So, like I said, we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I do believe Caitlin Clark is in a sunken place. I don't think she understands what's really going on, I don't think she's very good with the confrontation of what's going on. That's why I said when she was doing all these things and going out and speaking up for the players and all this stuff, I said, bro, just play your game and do your thing. No matter what you do, no matter what you say publicly, they're not going to like you. I don't care what you do and what you say. There's no need for you to put your brand at risk and all this stuff. They are not going to like you.
KTV.
No matter.
I think Caitlin, I don't think she liked Stephanie White. I do believe today was just nothing but PR. I really do believe that. But it pisses us off. We hate to hear it because we're like, damn, we're riding hard for you. But I don't believe she likes her. I think this was just a PR stunt because Stephanie White, the reason Kelsey never comes out of the ball game, her whole thing this year was she was going to get Kelsey Mitchell to that MVP. That's why she never comes out of the game. That's why she's allowed to shoot 23 pointers and not hit a one if she wants to. And I mean, that's all agenda driven. And I mean, I don't believe she likes her, but I think she's stuck in a bad place. And maybe we'll see in the next couple of weeks, she can be doing something about it.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know.
I'm with you. Dave, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
So
You
bear
the
with,
last one we're
bear
getting
with
you
me.
on. Go ahead.
I'm a bit of a scatterbrain, so I had to write a list.
Go ahead.
I'm actually from her hometown.
Okay.
So, I kind of heard all the stuff when she was in high school. Southeast Polk calling her overrated. There's a history with Iowa, the whole state of Iowa, and women's basketball that a lot of people just overlook. And I remember when the WBL started and the WNBA, and every women's league before those two had a strong Iowa influence, if you know what I'm saying. Right. So right, in short, if it weren't for Iowa, Iowa was the first state to have uh, a girls, I don't know what you call it, an organization, right? Organized girls sports in high
All right.
school.
Okay.
Right. So they did that in the 20s when the women's game almost went away. Iowa kept it alive, and they played that crazy 6-on-6. And when you play 6-on-6 basketball, you're either an offensive player.
Hey. Sorry, I'm short on time. What do you think
Yeah.
about the interview and is she being sabotaged? What do you
Well,
think about that?
I think one, Steph White's always showing up at those places because I've never beat my women, but every man I know that beats women don't ever let them get too far out away without their presence being known. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when Caitlyn went to do the indie thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like, hey honey, I'm here. Don't be running your mouth.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot. It's a lot going on with this situation, man.
and
Hopefully we can get some change soon.
so there's a big resentment that's going at her. Like when she came in the league, like this is the whole Iowa fans, what was it? Caitlyn fans were giving Raven death threats. Remember that one?
Yeah, bro, that was BS. That was BS.
Right. So the question is like, how long do we gotta take this crap? Because I mean, why would a Hawkeye fan threaten somebody they just beat?
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
makes no sense whatsoever.
I
And
agree.
and what I see at the Fever, it's just from the get go. It's been it's been people trying to prove that she's not who she is.
I agree. I appreciate you, Dave. I appreciate you. You made some good points there. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of BS being spewed, and I mean since she first stepped foot here. To be completely honest, shout out to Greg D. He says, "How can the Fever front office treat Cece like that, like just another player? Caitlin Clark brings millions and massive attention to this franchise. You think they protect and support their biggest asset? That's why it just doesn't make sense to us. It doesn't make sense at all. This organization has shown that it is a clown show, and that's why they got to give away free Subway sandwiches, free oil changes. They're giving away free cologne, and all types of stuff to get people out to games now. They didn't have to do that before. You didn't have to do that before. You have messed this thing up so bad that is what you now have to resort to. Tina, I'll let you close out before I get out of here.
Well, those people that won't like me and you saying this or whoever else, I don't want them to get any wins because I know that the only way to get rid of Stephanie White is through losses. That's the
Mhm.
only way. And
Mhm.
I mean, Caitlin, you've put yourself in this position. If you're going to stay in it for a while, you may have to, deal with it until she's gone.
Yeah, I agree. I appreciate you, Tina. Shout out to everybody that called up. Luis, I appreciate you, brother. Phil, everyone as always. I will be live with Angry Fan Sports and Venom Reacts tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be live with Angry Fan Sports. Yeah, I'll be live with Angry Fan Sports and Venom Reacts tomorrow. So make sure you guys pull up for that. We definitely gonna talk about everything. I appreciate all you guys. Phil, Brandon, CC Speaks, Tina, everybody that joined, everybody that pulled up for the live. I appreciate all the mods, Randy, 6v6 Tay, everybody, Anna, everybody that was here, Thomas, everybody that donated to the channel, Greg D, everyone. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel. And I will have something else dropping tonight where Cheryl Reeve expose Stephanie White and her awful strategy and everything she's done with Caitlin Clark. I'll be dropping that in a few hours. So I appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the live stream tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time. Keep the vision. Angry Fan Sports, Venom Reacts. I'll see you guys.